Welcome back, everybody, you primitive screwheads. We are here in the next episode of the Old Man's Cantina, and I am proud to have our next community episode. I love doing this. I love having our fans on. I love hearing their voices on how they feel this game is going. So here we are. We've got a boatload of guests. We've got some topics, so we can't waste any time. We've got to get to it. As always, Old Man Logan here with Avant, here with Bob. We are going to go around the room right now with all of our guests. So when we do this, we want to hear what your GP level is, how long you've been playing the game. Are you a dolphin? Are you a mammal of some sort? Do you spend? Are you a whale? Do you do what the old man does and breaks out a credit card and says, "Fuck all, I'm not dealing with this"? So let's start with Hobnail. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me on, everyone. It's nice to meet you guys. So my name is Hobnail. I'm in a guild called Forcified. My GP is 11.7 million.
Nice.
I've been playing since practically launch. I came out of the Force Awakens movie theater like, ooh, Star Wars. So I downloaded the Star Wars game and have been playing pretty much every day since then. I was mostly free to play for a few years, but I buy the $10 Conquest pass and every month if I want the unit. And when there's a new capital ship that comes out, I'll spend a little bit just to get that capital ship to lock in that fleet placement. But otherwise, I'm pretty light spender, not a whale at all. But I got everything in the game except Bo-Katan and Mandalore.
Okay. Real quick, does somebody have a TV or something on in the background? And if they do the Jack Nicholson Joker and hit it with a springing fist.
A lot of folks here, when they were saying, "Hey, good news, look out!" And you think,
Stand by.
All good. Let's continue to go on.
Right. You've been called out.
So, real quick, Hobnail, were you not a Star Wars fan until Force Awakens? I don't judge.
No. I've been a Star Wars fan since I could speak. But
Okay.
I went to see Return of the Jedi in the theaters. But
Gotcha.
Right.
it was just new. It was new Star Wars. It's like, oh, new Star Wars. Let's do something on my phone about it. And this is what resulted.
So you're at like you said 11.4, and you've got all the GLs. The only thing you don't have right now is Bo.
11.7, and only thing I don't have is Bo.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
All right, El Duderino. Or no, go ahead. El Duderino, what's going on, my friend?
How's it going? You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, no, we got you. So
Awesome.
do the lowdown,
Ricky
man.
Rock, what's up?
Yeah.
Do the lowdown, GP and the whole 9 yards. What do you got for us?
Well, first off, sorry about Clark Kellogg interrupting you guys a few minutes ago. Left that TV on a little bit. But I'm at 10.7 million GP. I have all the GLs. Now I'm kind of slogging away on the Jedi Cal grind. But I have a whaling past, I got to admit. I'm not proud of it. But yes, I'm guilty of whaling for Lord Vader. And if I'm getting roasted for
about that
so be it.
decision?
No, there's nothing wrong. Like I don't buy the Lord Failure thing. I don't buy it. So
Oh, wait a second. No, he's Lord Failure
I'm a
now. Now that Bane's out, and Bo is out, he is now Lord Failure. He wasn't before, but in the last 3 months, he's become Lord Failure.
Lies. Every day, more lies.
Every day more. Yeah, every day. Lies.
And a little bit for Leviathan. I favor the dark side. So
have you seen Through the Lies of the Jedi?
Yeah, Bo Gullet will know the truth.
I have not seen it.
And you've been playing the game for how long?
Probably 6-7 years at least. I mean, I downloaded at launch. Played a little sporadically in the beginning, and then really got into it about 6+ years ago.
All right. Evo, what's going on, my friend?
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
You are 100% welcome. We love having our fans come on as guests. So do the rundown, man. What do you got for us?
So 12 million GP. I just hit the 12 million mark. I'm in probably one of the top 10 biggest guilds at the moment. I'm in Shadowlands Kashyyyk Underground.
Oh shit!
And yeah, I've been playing, I believe, a couple of weeks after launch, because I think I started like early December 2015, and I have pretty much everything except for Bo-Katan, because I'm still grinding on Keller and back. And the other part is I've been free to play for my whole career in this game.
Nice, brother. Nice.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
12
Yeah.
million free to play. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Thanks.
That's out fucking standing. Like I'm jealous. Like I need you to go talk to my accountant. Like, god damn. All right,
You're
I want
you're too
nothing to do with
impatient for
accountants.
free to play.
you're right. I am. Dude, you should see me when I'm house hunting. It's been a night. My wife wants to kill me. So Thundercock. I've been waiting to say that all day.
What's up? It's me. It's your boy Thundercock. I have about 8.5 million GP. I've been playing since like 17, right when they released the Sith raid. So I do spend a couple dollars here and there. Try not to spend money though. Mainly, my goal is to just eventually bug Avance enough to buy me what I want. No, that's not going to happen, but we can dream.
We're getting there. We're trying to harass him enough to buy us all something.
No, I don't see that happening. But hey, one can hope.
Yeah, half
One
of us
can-
are, I think, guildmates actually, out of Avant and I's guild. Chaos is.
We do. Yeah, we have a few guildies here.
So I'm gonna butcher this next name, unfortunately. Blazexon.
Blaze in?
It's
Yeah,
Blaze.
Blazexon. Yeah.
Blaze. He was
Yeah.
on our show.
Are you
Blaze.
fucking serious right now?
Blaze Exon.
Like Friday. I've had a few. Leave me
It's
alone.
It's
420 plays it.
Someone mute him.
Don't do that. Who's gonna moderate?
Oh, it's all good, man. I'm even quite lower than that. I started 2 years after launch in 2018. I'm 7-1, but since then I had no GLs, I believe. So now I have Kylo and Rey. No ultimate on Rey, but I do have the one on Kylo, and I'm chugging along. And I have literally 2 relic levels on Piet to get the Executor. What 4-star we get it? So I'm really close to that, and then I'm just gonna do the typical and go right into GLC, and then probably Inquisitors for the guild and myself. So that's kind of the plan. Yeah,
All right.
Keep
I'm
it
in
up, brother.
Bravos. I'm sure you guys have heard of Bravos and Alphas.
I'm not
Battalion Bravos. So I'm in Bravos.
Nice,
Oh no,
brother.
I actually have heard of them. Yeah.
Keep on pushing,
Yeah.
my man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep going. Aussie Mike, what's going on, my friend? What do you got for us?
Not much. Thanks again for having me. I'm a bit more organised this time than I was last time. Aussie Mike. I'm actually the guild leader for House of Huts. I'm 12.1. Bones regularly uses my account for GSC. So I guess I'm kind of
Shh. You're not
Bones'
supposed to
sugar
tell
daddy
anybody.
slash.
Don't tell anybody.
Slash, I do spend a bit of money. I've just got Leviathan finally. I didn't have it last time I was on, and that's at 7 stars. And it's basically the Gungans and Reaver that I've got to get.
Yeah, his
that's
account.
it.
His account makes my streams worth watching. So he's about 12
And
million.
Bob, I don't know why you said don't tell everybody. We all knew. It's like
Oh, yeah.
you're not the.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
We all knew this.
I didn't want to get Arnolded. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So last but not least, Hevorius.
What's up, boys?
What's going on, my friend?
What's
I'm
up,
almost home. I'm off my bike, so it's pretty good. made some okay time.
Yeah, people are joining from all over the world, and including Havorius's bike. So I feel very privileged, and we appreciate it.
They are.
Yeah, so I'm Havorius. I'm in Bones and Advanced Guild. GP's at 8.7.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
we're doing pretty good. I first played the game like 2016 and quit, and then came back late 2020, 2021, and started from a level 30 account and built my way up from there. Light spender. Second round of Lightspeed bundles got me.
As they did all of us.
Let me try not to get hit by this car.
All right, brother. Well, take a breath.
Get off the phone, man.
Take a breath. Get inside, and we'll continue this. We'll be here
Yeah,
for a
I'm
while.
just in the
Oh my God.
building
All
now.
right,
So
but
I'll
dude,
be
you
inside
need
down
to
in a
like
second.
not talk to us and focus on personal safety.
Exactly.
No, it's all good. I'm literally at my front door now.
Oh my God.
Well, it's good to have you, brother. Finally get to have you on.
All right. Was there anybody I missed? I think I got around the room.
No, but Ray Rock called it out. I did make Kyber for the first time
Oh.
this last season, so that's pretty sweet.
Congrats, man. That's a huge
Yep.
Nice.
milestone. And like
Hell yeah.
I might have told you this when I was watching a stream the other day, but once you get into Kyber, it's more competitive, but it's actually more fun. It doesn't get that much harder. I think people that are underneath Kyber run into these really shitty, really high accounts that don't really care. But once you get into Kyber,
I got to Erodium before I quit, and that was my highest rank. And then when I started back again, I got bumped at Bronzium, some level in Bronzium. So I worked all my way back up.
Nice, brother.
And passed. So
there's certain milestones that make you feel really good in the game, and that's one of them.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, the first topic that I all wanted us to hit was the new raid. Now, when we talk about the new raid, I think it's fair to also bring up the Great Dragon and the Speeder Bike, because before that, we had the Sith raid, we had other raids, and there was no requirement of certain tunes you needed to really progress to get your score up. Now that this seems to be the new standard that CG has laid out before us and how to approach the raid, how does everybody think about how the new raids are being implemented? Is this good for roster progression? Because if it's one thing that I preach to my son, I preach to other people I talk to about this game, is that roster depth is paramount. Roster depth is important, especially in GAC, Conquest, other elements of the game. You put resources into certain teams, they will benefit you in other aspects of the game, not just GAC, but Conquest, TW, TB. So how does everybody feel about how this new raid system is? And with the upcoming raid, I mean, again, how is everybody feeling? And let's see. We ended with Havorius. Let's start with Havorius. What do you think about what's going on with raids in this game?
So in general, I am in favor of what they're doing. I like the limited factions. I think it gives them an opportunity, which I don't think they've taken advantage of, but it gives them an opportunity to make more interesting raids that they can balance better. The crate raid was actually kind of interesting. Wasn't my favorite of the last two raids. I do think I prefer the speeder bike raid, weirdly. But I am concerned about the Naboo raid, given what we've seen in Conquest. That's going to be a pain and real boring.
After we ask everyone's, I do want to cover that after we go around the panel.
No, and that's a good point. I do too, because if that's what's to come, that's going to get real old real quick.
Like the one-off with the speeder bike, like sure, whatever, like take your time and figure something else out. But like the great thing about the crate raid and all the previous raids is that it felt like a raid. Like you're battling against something epic, not speeder bikes.
Did they mention anything about the abilities, like being wacky like they were this time, or are they just erasing that, or they didn't mention anything about what the abilities were going to be like?
They haven't mentioned any, as far as I know, they haven't mentioned anything about the ability. Like I know Hugh Hefner, Arnold, put a video out that this could be what we're looking at, but we don't really have any other details other than that. We've got nothing to go on.
We don't
We can
know that that's what it's going to look like. People are just thinking that's what. So we don't know that for sure. That's just like it's a tinfoil hat theory that's what it's going to look like. We don't really know that at all.
So, Evo,
Yeah, I don't believe I saw that.
So, Evo, what do you got? What do you think? What do you think about the raids and what's going on? What's going on with CG and do you like the direction they're going in terms of raids?
Yeah, to be fair, with the new raid system, one of the nice things is that we get something new like every 8-9 months. So because we all know before that, especially with the last pit raid, they tried to do something new. It was basically the same thing with the reskin, with everything just turned up to 11. So that's one part that I think most of the community likes, that we get something new like semi-regularly. One of the things that I'm pretty sure a lot of people are pretty concerned with is rewards, because let's be fair, probably every single guild out there got their best rewards with the speeder bike, because it was pretty easy to get a good score. And a lot of guilds with the Naboo raid coming will probably need to dip down in their rewards, and that's probably the biggest setback that we're all about to face, because almost half the new raid is going to be new characters. We all know we will need Gungans. We all know that we will need Queen Amidala and the new Jedi that are coming for her. And these are all characters that we don't even have in game yet. So we'll need to do quite a lot of investment just to get to where we are before. Like in our case, we are currently getting the max box in the speeder bike. And I'm pretty sure that we'll need quite a bit of time before we can get to the biggest reward in the next raid. So we will have to take a dip in our rewards. I think that's probably the biggest thing that the community won't like about the new raid.
Yeah, I'm in old dirty blasters, and I've said it on the show before, but the max crate for the speeder bike, the rewards are absolutely insane.
Yeah,
It's
it's just next level.
ridiculous the amount of characters you can level up so quickly. It's insane. Hobnail, what do you got for us, man? What do you think about the raids and what's going on?
Oh, I like the raids better than the way they were before, because you're not competing with your guild mates for the top spot. You can all get pretty good rewards, and you don't have to be on at a certain time to make it happen. You got a whole day to do it. You can choose not to do it if you want. And it allows me to relic up characters a lot more efficiently and cheaply than ever before. Like I remember the dark days. I didn't have Lord Vader for like a whole year because I couldn't figure out how to get all the Relic 8 materials and stuff. Now it's just a one raid. I can buy most of the stuff I need for one Relic 8 every single week if I wanted to. So like I like the reward structure. We'll probably get less rewards on the next one, but like I don't know. I don't want to speculate about things we don't know about. It might be easy. Who knows, right? Um, like there's a lot of Galactic Republic characters that could be eligible for that raid. So I'm optimistic about how the raid goes. But I like the raids. I like that they have faction specific raids because it gives me an excuse to work on things that before, when I was trying to be efficient and play free to play, didn't have the room to like upgrade these things. It now gives me a reason to upgrade certain characters that I want just for fun, because it is a game and you want to have fun when you play the game,
No,
whether it's
100%.
efficient. So that's how I think about the raid. I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to the Gungans. I'm looking forward to Amidala. I'm going hard. I'm almost done with my raid crate. Got a couple more things to clean up. So I'm looking forward to the next raid. And I intend to play Galaxy of Heroes until they shut the doors down. So whatever they do, I'm excited to try to master that challenge. One of your guild mates, in fact, Logan, Darman, he's a fleet shard mate of mine, and And he and I talk about raids and stuff. He gives me a lot of great advice.
Oh, good, yeah, yeah. No, just to kind of
Shout out to you, Carmen. I know he's listening.
No, definitely. Just to kind of piggyback on that a little bit, like for instance, when we were all doing the crate dragon raid, I took that raid very seriously, and I relic. I mean, all of my Tuscans are either 7 or 8, and depending on what happens with Datacron drops, and again, you do have an Omicron, which is nasty in 3v3. You have well modded, well leveled Tuscans. They're fucking annoying. They're annoying to deal with. So that's why, in terms of roster progression and depth, when we look at what CG is asking us to do in the various factions to level up, like I never thought in my wildest dreams I would have a full squad of Relic 7-8 Ewoks. Never in my wildest fucking dreams did I ever think that was going to be
Why would
possible.
you need to do that before the raid? You wouldn't need to do it.
No.
You left out Jawas.
Think about this. The Kit Fisto now has a Datacron.
I was getting
Kit Fisto has a Datacron. A lot of people are getting excited about, and no one has Kit Fisto geared up. But like, let's say you want to use his Datacron,
take offense to that.
Relic 5, and maybe he's one of the best characters for the raid. So I think CG is kind of doing us a favor, like in terms of players, right? Like they're giving us reasons to like upgrade stuff that's just been sitting in our roster since 2015.
No, absolutely, I 100% agree. No, 100%. Avant, let's go to you. You haven't one of my fellow co-host brethren. What are your thoughts on all this? And go ahead, talk about the Jawas and how for a little while the old man was going, yeah, fucking Jawas. And here I am sitting on all Relic 5 Jawas. Good night. God, just strike me dead.
Honestly, I'm kind of jealous. I would like to have Relic Jawas. I just can't. Like, there's other things that I should do.
There really are. There's so many things you could do besides Jawas.
I cannot give in to temptation and do that. As like an efficiency player, I cannot bring the Jawas to relics. But I personally, I like the new raids. I liked the play, like how you played the crate raid. I thought it was interesting. Like the mechanics of the raid were interesting. There was a little bit of RNG factor to it, but it wasn't like crazy RNG. I like that there's different factions. It's a good way to like control the raid, because the heroic the challenge Rancor raid was like your whole roster, and they couldn't control how you attack each phase, and like I don't know, there were too many variables for them. So fewer factions is easier to control. Personally, our guild, we are doing a lot better in the speeder bike than we did with the crate raid. So like, our problem was we didn't have people rush to Jabba like really fast, and so you either had Jabba and did a lot of damage, or you had to take all these random factions to R7 to do a lot of damage, which is fine. I don't mind that. I thought the rewards for that raid were good. I think the speeder bike rewards are like really good. Like we're 2 or 3 prize boxes higher than we were for the crate raid. So I mean, we're doing pretty good on that.
And the rewards are obnoxiously good. They really are.
Yeah. I'm excited for the new raid. I think there will be a couple cheap teams that you can throw together with like existing characters that people have at relic levels. So I agree with Hobnail on that. I think you're gonna be able to piece a few teams together. Yeah. We still have to see the list of the characters, right? We don't know who will be included and how they'll exclude a couple characters. But I am interested to see the list, and I hope they learn their lesson and they go back to the style of raid that the crate raid was, where it's like more of you fighting something epic or like trying to take down. I don't know. I just don't want to blow up 400
Droids.
B1 stacks. Like
Yeah, just fighting endless waves of B1 droids would get stale real quick.
The first one was more epic. It was kind of, you had to manual it for the most part, and there was a little bit more thought into it. You know me, I don't like to put thought into anything, but I did enjoy the very first one over the second one.
Yeah.
So if I could reinterject myself into this conversation,
No, go ahead.
I was thinking
What do you
about
got?
it after I spoke, and I was wondering, like, what if they did something similar to? I think they might have done this in Home before it closed, but I didn't play that because it was dumb. But what if, like, for the first, like, we work on these waves of droids for like a few weeks or however long, and you have to like hit a certain threshold a certain number of times, and then a new phase of the raid opens up. So it's something that you can work towards the next phase. So you work, you're going through these B1 battle droids, and then the next phase is, I don't know, maybe you are the separatists fighting the Gungans, and then you work towards the final wave, which is like, Kenobi and Qui-Gon versus Maul. And so you have this like way that your guild as a group can build towards higher and higher phases of that raid.
Yeah, so kind of mixing the old version and the new version together. We're not really competing against
Trying to find a way to make the old version with the phases work in the new new method that the raids work.
Fighting Maul would be really cool.
Yeah. No, that would, and lore wise and everything else, that would be cool. Blazin, what do you got for us? What do you think about all these raids?
I've been around since just about all of them. I believe it was the tank raid when I first started though, but no, I was still doing Rancor for some reason, maybe just because I was in an early guild, but yeah, I like the phases part of the old raids. I mean, my favorite is the Sith raid. I do have screenshots of getting number 1 in that guild, or getting number 1 in one of the guilds I was in, so that was cool. The new ones, I think it's kind of similar to where I came back with the crate raid, so I didn't have a lot of the characters, so it wasn't the greatest time for me. But and it was just so different. I was just so used to the old ones with the phases, and it was just odd. And but it was okay near the end. I started getting it, but and then it moved on. Now we're on to the speeder bike raid, and that's just the same thing but worse. I guess I like it because it's easier in a way, but it's not better for sure. I guess I would rather have the crate raid and play it over if they're going to continue that style. Yeah, I'm agreeing with like Yvonne. Let's go with the crate raid, that sort of style. It made you feel like you did accomplish something at least. Here, like you guys say, we're just blowing up speeder bikes, and it's just group 7, group 8. All right, back out. It's like literally. I hate it. It's not great.
No, I will say with the crate dragon, it's like if you had a good enough team, you could beat the dragon. In the speeder bike raid, unless you have Leia and you max it, the rest of your teams you're not. You're just not. You're getting 2.4, maybe 2.5 at the most, and you're not completing it. It's a grind to get the best score possible so your guild can get the best box possible.
How do you feel about your scout trooper Omicron, knowing that the new raid's coming up?
I wish I saved it for something else.
Do you? Okay, fair
Because
enough.
honestly, you know what it's adding? You know what I feel it's adding? Maybe 100, maybe 200,000 to a score, and I'm about to break 19.
They really need to make it somehow they're liable for all raids. Like what
exactly.
But if they're gonna keep this style, why not just move this like there's just a weekly event. It's just a one-time thing for like a day or two. You beat that monster or that speeder, and it just rotates weekly. And move raids to like a conquest style, and just remove conquest, because that almost feels better if we're raiding. Like I don't know, like let's move raids to a conquest style, and these weekly things that we're doing to a weekly event that we could just do weekly. I don't know.
Well,
that was what
I feel strongly about this. I feel if you're going to do an Omicron for a raid, now an Omicron is an investment.
Well, yeah, so
I don't give a shit if you're a fucking whale or not. Like, unless you're buying packs, Omicrons are at a premium. You need that shit. That is high sought off currency. Raid Omicrons for a raid that only lasts 9 months. A raid Omicron for a tune should be 10.
I think even less. I think it should be
They did a
5.
solid. They did a solid with the Bushcron and refunded 10 and made it 10 for a bunch of people.
But then they fucked us on Scout.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
They fuck you in the drive-thru. Joe Pesci said it best.
Cheers to that, Logan.
Yeah, it's just all right. So, Evarius, what do you got for us on raids, my friend?
What, me again?
Oh, did you already talk about the raid?
How much have you had to drink tonight?
With him.
My bad.
Not only did I start, but I
El
also
Dorito.
rejected myself.
Yeah.
You're up.
Yeah, just to touch on the Omicrons, at least you got some value out of the Bushleia Omicron, but yeah, the Scout Trooper one sucks. You feel like you really got duped by using using those resources. But overall, the raid's fine. I mean, it's nice that they that it focused on the Rebels and the Empire this time. So I think a lot of us have that roster depth to really get some decent scores. But yeah, like what some of you guys were saying, I'm not looking forward to having to grind on these Gungans, for this whole thing. But hopefully we get enough Galactic Republic and Separatists to still make it worthwhile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Do you share the same view as Logan does about the Gungans, dude?
What's the view?
Do you despise them as much as Logan does?
You listen to the fucking show.
Do you want to cook Gungans over an open flame every day of the week?
Yes. This is a weekly roasting of the Gungans.
Hey, it's Lent, Fish Friday. Cook up some Gungans.
Oh man!
No, I'm not grinding them unless I have to.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna get them. I probably won't wail too much on them, but I like the Phantom Menace. It's one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure I'll come
I'm
around
gonna try to get
eventually.
them.
I like them
if they're double drop.
Sorry, Logan.
Yeah, I get it. Thundercock.
Dude, you got to think he's like almost a perfect amount of comedy. Like George Lucas is an effing genius, dude. It's like if he didn't go almost too far, then he might as well just not have done it at all.
No, he went too far.
No, dude.
No, he went too far.
Gruesome join the dark side.
Oh man, that's too funny.
He needs a fucking CAT scan. He went too far. Thundercock, what do you got for us, brother?
Honestly, I was a big fan of having to use your whole roster for like the raids of yesteryear, Sith raid, tank raid, all that. I can appreciate, having to gear up specific factions. I do miss some of the creativity that we saw out of like the old raids, like Deathstorm Ventress, and getting around in certain areas with just like teams that you wouldn't think would work. And, again, with the multi-phases and working towards something rather than, just doing one and the same, just, going up in difficulty. As we've been seeing with the new raids where, it's like a difficulty slider rather than going through phases. And one thing that personally I thought they were going to do, but we never ended up getting, is I actually thought, like a lot of other people, that we were going to get a Death Star raid, and that just never came around. So, once again, they just like, all right, we're going to do our own thing. We'll focus on the community when, we eventually have a shitstorm and we need something to apologize with. Here's something you've been asking for years. Now, praise us as we royally screw it up.
Death Star raid in 3 years.
It'll come.
As early as it'll come.
It'll come eventually. But I will say,
hold on. I do have to throw in there. Somebody in chat said, "What? The only way Logan wants to grind on Gungans is making a burger." So you want to grab some crystal salt? Never mind. No, we'll wait. We'll save that.
I was about to say you've been bitching at me all week about not going off rails, so I haven't even got to talk yet.
I stopped myself.
Honestly, honestly, best way, lightsaber shish kebab. That's all I'm gonna say.
There it is.
But
There it is.
Nice and even cooking.
real quick about the raids, it's 1/8 effort on CG's part and times 2 on your wallets. It's pretty
You
much.
can
what
be
it's
sure
doing.
they won't play test it either. So I'm just gonna drop it out there
Yeah.
cold.
All right, who else is who are we forgetting?
Yeah, is there
Mike.
anybody else that
Mike.
has anything else they want to say about the raids, has a final
Yeah.
thought or
Yeah.
something they want to say before we move on?
Yeah, Australian Mike. We haven't heard an Aussie cover this yet.
Yeah. So I completely agree. The new raids absolutely help with roster progression. Like I've got Tuscans and Jawas. Like I would never relic them. And Tuscans are like one of my favorite teams to use. And I keep trying to get Bones to use it for GAC, and I think he just stashes them on defense.
Defense, back wall.
He forgets that they're there.
Yeah.
It's like,
And the
again,
Jawas
What do you tell him?
and again, it's like roster progression. This latest conquest, you had to get what was it, 300 momentum? I got it in like 3 battles with Tuscans, and it was done.
Yeah.
It was done. It was over with.
Yeah.
I got those Gear 8
There,
Tuscans, and like, you don't even have to invest in them. Gear 8 Tuscans get that done.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I can gear 8 Tuscans.
There you go. See, you learn something new every day.
But yeah, to my
I feel nostalgic for CPET. It was one of the achievements of our guild around the 150 mil mark for us to complete it. So I'm like nostalgic as fuck for that. But the challenging thing from a guild leader point of view now is trying to get people, like if I had 2 or 3 people like Logan in my guild, trying to get them to get Gungans for the new raid, it would just be like I don't even want to think about it. And then to then say, oh well, in 8 months, 12 months time, they might not be worth it. We don't know. It's
I do want to say that
frustrating,
it's very strange how actually positive the Gungans are. There's people that don't even spend in this game that I know personally that are spending money on these Gungans.
They're dumb.
We've got a couple of relic Gungans already in the guild.
They're dumb.
And it's good, but yeah.
They need to go see a doctor.
They're definitely thinking forward. One of them does.
I mean, love them or hate them, the
Sleep at the
Gungans are
moment.
iconic. So they're going to bring people to the game. They're going to get people excited about the game. They're going to get people, like Calvin, like Egnards, to like really invest and figure out how to get them day one. Because they're just
think about the Gungans this way: if you don't like Gungans, you're going to get to kill them in GAC like 3 times a week.
I can't wait.
Fantastic.
I will slaughter them with glee. Well, and again, and final thoughts on this. It's like, the Crate Dragon, again, I took that seriously. I invested heavily on that. I did, my Jawas, my Tuscans, and especially my Mandalorians. And then Bo-Katan came out, and I got her, and then I'm looking for a squad around her, and I'm going, holy shit, my Mandos are set. Like, I don't have to sweat them. So that's what I'm talking about, roster progression. You look at these raids, what are they asking you to do, and what could be coming down the line later? So again, Gungans are coming. Could that be leading possibly to the next GL? We don't know. We don't know. We have no idea.
Can we tinfoil hat about it? Are we
No.
moving on? Damn.
No. You will be on
I
a
forgot my
one-way
protection
fucking
tonight.
train ticket to Siberia to the Gulag, my friend. No.
It's Darth Jar Jar. He's coming.
Oh, shut
I
it.
will say about this upcoming raid, I am worried about the level of investment that they're looking for. Because they're not only we're getting like the 4 Gungans as marquees, Jar Jar as a journey guide, Padme as a conquest, and then Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn as 2 more marquees. Like, that's way more investment in new characters for a raid than even the speeder bike raid. So I'm worried about that.
Yeah, that's true.
1/8 their
I would say
effort,
this, though,
2 times your
those
money.
Raids, like, about the marquee characters, you don't have to use those teams. Like, there are going to be other teams, other older characters that you can use. Like, I mean, let the people that fund the game work on those characters, and we can work on like
Hopefully, it's
that'll
like
work great.
Speeder Bike, where you don't need the new characters. You need Leia,
Yeah.
but like the other new characters aren't quite as good. Like
And,
Scout
well,
Trooper, good.
I think Hobnail has
Lisa
a good
bad.
point. Like if you look at it, they're probably going to use, and again, it doesn't make sense lore wise, but then again, what does in this fucking game? If you think about it, look at some of the Datacrons, like Kit Fisto could very well be used in this raid. He's a Jedi, Galactic Republic, could be used, could be a character. I mean, really? Was General Veers on fucking Endor? No, he wasn't, but you can use him. So, but Kit
Veers
Fisto
was dead.
Exactly. So Kit Fisto, dude, we'll get into that later, but that Datacron is fucking nice.
Are Ewoks
But
not
let's talk about other
badonkadonks like they
characters
have?
Nobody has
No.
geared up.
Well, why did they take everybody's R2 away? They have the Ewoks standing there like cross-legged, retarded looking with their asses out, and you can't give us just a robot on the seat?
No,
Everybody's
Ewoks
got
on Speeder
R2.
Bike is
No,
lore accurate.
That's
Baby
one
got-
character everybody's got, and you took it away.
No, baby got back.
WTF.
Them Ewoks are thick. I enjoy looking at that furry shit every raid.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Old man's a
Yeah.
I want
furry.
to say something about the
Yeah.
model. It's like, bro, the models are not great.
Yo, Princess Nisa on a speeder bike. I'm yeah.
Logan's
Yeah.
part of that 2%.
I'm on.
Fuck Hera, man. He
on,
wants
look at
that
that.
Nisa.
That's a hell of a night and midget tossing. That's like the perfect evening. I'm all over it.
Oh
I'm all-
man, they look ridiculous.
All right, let's transition into the next topic. Now, I know some people may not have it, but this is going to transition into a topic that Avant has mentioned earlier in Discord a couple days ago, especially during GAC. So this topic's going to have a lot to it, so everyone's going to have a good hot minute to address it. So Darth Bane came out, and I've been noticing a trend in GAC. Now, Darth Bane, as we all know, is absolutely deadly. He's outstanding. If you don't have him, get him. Do what you got to do, but get him, because he is fucking outrageous. Now you look at this Datacron set, and you look at the Darth Sidious Cron, and you go, holy shit. Now, do we not only have Darth Bane, who can run with two people, but now you have Darth Sidious, who can run solo. Is the GAC meta becoming more efficiency? Is it getting to a point where it doesn't matter the legends you have? It matters about roster depth and having Malicos, having Bane, having Datacrons, having all these different things to make you successful in GAC. Because yes, I play in Kyber 1. I have been noticing I have lost some matches where I've cleared my opponent, he's cleared me. It wasn't that hard, but he beat me by like 15 banners because he played a little bit better than I did. And I feel like that's where this game is headed. What are everybody else's thoughts? Now, first off, do you have Darth Bane? What are your thoughts on him? Should he be nerfed? And what are your thoughts on GAC becoming an efficiency meta? Let's start with Evo.
Oh, hold on. I want
What
to
do
say
you-
one thing. I
course you do.
won't even give my opinion after this. There's a reason why we happen to got Bane right when the Bush Cron went away. He's the answer to Leia. That's all I gotta
Bob, I was gonna say, you're about to get that magnet beside the head. You get sent to the gulag. It was I sensed the conspiracy theory through my veins, but no, that is an interesting point.
You distracted me. I always thought it was the Bush Con, but now I just think about Bush.
say. I like bougie, like toxic
Well,
Leia, bougie.
Bush like
Leia.
the band? They're a good band from the 90s.
Bush beer. All right, Evo, what do you think about all this?
I mean, it certainly feels like we're going in that direction, like the efficiency. And I think a big part of this, of course, is Bane. Like, for example, in my last 5v5 season, so the first 3 matches where we didn't have Bane, I struggled with Riva every single match.
Yep.
Because let's face it, Riva with Doubtkron and the 400% offense, that's a nasty team to go up against. And then you have week 2 and week 3, we already have Bane, problem solved. So I had no issues with clearing. Even though I had a pretty solid defense, I was able to full clear every time, no drops, nothing. And I think one of the big problems is, I think we've spoken about this quite a bit, but the board for the rosters that we have, especially in Kyber 1, like everyone with 12 million GP and above, 11 teams on defense, 11 teams on offense is just a joke, because we're starting to see like 22 super teams. Nobody is using just the teams as they're expected to be, and we're starting to mix and match what's the best. And that still does not prevent people from clearing one shot. So with the current format of GAC and how it looks, we don't even want to go with territory wars because it's even worse there.
Yeah.
But unless something changes with the board or how GAC is being played altogether, I don't see it changing anytime soon.
No, I totally agree with that. Havorius, what do you got for us on this topic?
I mean, I agree with pretty much everything Evo says. I did have some specific points.
Please.
Second. I've also been drinking, so
join
I'm
the
on
club.
the same level as you now.
Yeah,
that's the way we like it.
I actually don't mind an efficiency meta. Like if you think about, like a match coming down to like, who can get those last couple of banners. Like that's way more exciting than just like steamrolling somebody. So like from a player perspective, I think it's more exciting. And if you were watching people play GAC like on Twitch or on YouTube, watching Bone struggle through, like it's way more exciting when matches are super close. It's like, oh, if I get 75 on this last fleet battle, then I win, and if I mess up and get 69, I lose. Like that's way more exciting of a player experience, of a content experience, than like just steamrolling somebody. That's fun. It's fun to steamroll somebody and like feel like you've outmatched them somehow. But that's what's exciting about being in Kyber, is that these matches are close, and you really have to like strategize both on offense and defense. I think that this new Datacron set will, there is the Sid Cron. We do have Bane, who doesn't need his Cron, but I think there's a lot of there's a lot of
the
like,
fact that they gave Darth Bane a Cron. I'm like, what are you fucking insane? Like he didn't need one. Holy shit!
But I mean, his Cron doesn't really do anything. Like, doesn't really do that, move the needle at all for him. I don't think.
Remember, he's
like it's
under
fine.
investigation too. By the way,
he's under investigation, and they say there's outliers, and that could mean that he's over or underperforming in the outliers. They didn't really specify.
They're happy with how he's performing.
Yeah. Anyways, I again, I agree with Evo both on GAC and Territory War that like there needs to be a big change, and they really, they've spent the last 2 years basically focusing on PvE content.
Oh, they definitely need to update the modes for sure.
So I think like the last time Crumb was on a stream, I can't remember who it was, but I like posted the question in Twitch chat, like, you've been focusing on PvE. can we expect next year? And this was like mid 2023 probably. Can we hopefully expect next year and like in the coming years for more PvP content update, because it's getting stale. Datacrons help. They do make it more interesting. They do switch up the meta every couple of months. But you can't continually expand the board. Like I'm 8.7 mil. I'm in mid Kyber 2, and even I have no problem clearing a board. And I've got 4 GLs. I don't even have them all. So that if I'm clearing a board in Kyber 2, they need to figure out something to revamp GAC, because we all have too many teams, and you can't expand the board infinitely, because we don't want to spend 5 hours playing GAC.
Bones already does that.
Yeah,
dude, I've been
if
fucking
you play more than
raging.
one account, you're already
he
doing.
talks too much.
I've been fucking raging lately.
Like if you ever watch Zareth play a GAC, he's playing 3 accounts and he's streaming for like 6 or 7 hours. Like, how sustainable is that?
And that's the thing for especially for content creators that really dive into GAC. It's if you expand the board, that's going to make life on people, and not just content creators but players in general. It's going to make it so much more difficult, because people work, they have they have jobs, they have wives, they have family. GAC is something that we try to look at. For instance, I never do my GAC the night before. I wake up the next morning, I look at it and go, okay, you did this, and then I do my thing accordingly. But so
I'm still campaigning for a 4th squad in the back wall. We need it.
No,
get that going. Come on, people.
A single middle section between the the left and right. Add a 5th in there.
All right, Blazin, what do you got for us on this topic?
Well, I don't have Darth Bane yet. I'm somewhat close. I've got
what are you,
250. Huh?
So what are you, a scrub? Get him already.
Yeah, well, I mean 7.1. I do what I can. But I've got 250, so it's at 80 shards. So I'm 80 shards away. So soon, hopefully, this conquest I'll have them unlocked. And GAC, it's really who I go up against. Honestly, sometimes I can clear, or sometimes they have a decent defense, and a lot of times, more times than not, their ships just suck. Their ships are just bad. More times than not, they're bad. So that's good for me.
Yeah.
And I have the finalizer, which I guess is the newest one, but I'm very close to the executor, like I said earlier. But other than that, yeah. I've beaten a couple Rays, so that's cool with Star Killer, Jabba, almost beat a Lord Vader. But yeah, I have a low account, so it just depends on who I face.
Well, let's add a squad to the Lord Failure lineup. Finnick Sean lead. Continue.
Oh man, but
Right.
GAC is fun. I like GAC a lot. Like I said, I just hit Kyber, so just gonna keep chugging.
Congrats, El Duderino. What do you got for us about the GAC and the up and coming efficiency meta?
Well, I don't quite have Bane yet myself. Probably maybe this conquest I'll finally get him. I kind of slacked on a prior conquest, but I did finish my Sidious Datacron. I'm ready to rock and roll with that fucker.
Nice. That is gonna pay off.
Dump some resources into that one. And by the way, you're not the only one. I had a rough night about 2-3 weeks ago while doing my Leia Ultimate, and I got bored with my extra resources. So finally, my Relic 5 Kit Visto may come in handy during this Datacron phase. I was in shame for a while, and then this Datacron came out. So here we go.
Can you guys?
I'm ready.
I see a lot of people upgrading him recently. What is so good about the Datacron?
Wait, Bones wants to talk about Datacrons?
Oh fuck!
Wait a minute.
Damn it!
Does somebody want to check his temperature? Is he feeling okay?
Has he been replaced?
Kit
that's funny.
Kit Fisto gives guard to all Jedi, Galactic Republic Jedi. So for those that don't know Kit's bones, that is the blue icon that Chewbacca gives to Han Solo and one other character.
Which is a key that
I
makes
did
the
know
CLS team so fucking dirty.
CLS has been around for 6
Immune to
plus
critical
years.
hits.
I figured it out after
But
6
it makes
years.
it immune to critical hits, and he gives it to the entire fucking squad.
Yeah, still
So
not
like
as
a
good
Qui-Gon
as
lead.
still not as good as the Keller and Beck Datacron, in my opinion. But
Dude, that Keller and Beck Datacron is fucking stupid.
it's dumb. It's so good.
It is fucking stupid.
I mean, talk about another character who probably didn't really need a Datacron to like be relevant.
That is just obscenely dumb.
I may or may not. I may or
Like,
may
let's
not
just
have.
solo Leia at this point.
I may or may not have gotten the Keller and Beck Datacron, but didn't have the correct level 6 ability. And I may
60 you need.
the one that gives you 100% offense when you have full health.
Oh shit! I'm about to check mine to see if I got that one.
Logan's about to say, I have 6 of those.
Okay, so I re-rolled that ability at the 20, at the 40, at the 40, at the 80, and at the 80. Like all of the materials I got from the previous Datacron set, I spent them all re-rolling that fucking Datacron.
Oh, yeah.
I was
It's
so
like-
mad.
It's like they know which one you're after, so you're stuck re-rolling it over and over.
And
And
it increases the more times you re-roll.
Yeah, so your first re-roll
I haven't
is
messed with too many Datacrons, so
I think you get 120 re-roll, and then you might get 2, and then you get 240 re-rolls. Is it
Yeah,
2?
you get 2 of each.
Okay, 2 of each. All right. So cool. Then the next one would have been 160 if that's possible.
Wow.
I think it caps at 80. It stops at 80.
Oh, it does. Okay. Well, thank God.
Hey, Mike,
So,
what's your opinion, Mike? on all
That's the
this?
least efficient I've ever seen you be, Yvonne.
Yes, that's true.
Well, I mean, you do.
Go ahead. Who is talking?
Mike.
Oh, Bones asked about. Well, I mean, Bones does GAC on my account, so I don't really get a lot of time in GAC. But I do have Bane, and I use him for TW and that sort of stuff. So I don't really get to use him to his full potential. But he is pretty. I don't think they're going to nerf him. I don't think he should be nerfed because he's just. That's his character. He's one of 2, and he's supposed to be fucking strong. Like that's the whole idea of it.
Yeah,
And he's useless on defense, so like you can't use him.
Yeah,
you can only use him in one side of a game.
That's it.
I have no problem with him at all. He's great, and I think he'll stay that way. I like watching Bones. Obviously, a lot of the times when like the full clear, I actually don't mind that. Like I like seeing Bones try and figure out a way to sort of like shortcut, I guess, into getting the win. Yeah, so I enjoy that side of it. Surprisingly.
Yeah, because I mean,
of course, I'm not the one doing it. So
right, and I appreciate you, brother. I think as a content creator, and which is very few in the overall things, but it is nice for us because you look like a dumbass when you get held in the first territory or the second territory, which happens to me actually a lot. Even
speak for yourself.
What? You like getting stopped in the first territory?
Oh, no, that doesn't happen to me. That's why I said speak for yourself.
Well, share up
He's
some.
only got, remember.
Let me get a few of those Datacrons out of your dwarven treasury, man. That's why I gotta suck dick around here for Datacrons.
I know you gotta suck dick. You gotta dick for fucking Datacron currency. All right, Hobnail, what do you got for us, man? What do you got, brother? What do you got about this topic on efficiency meta and what's going on? How do you do in GAC? What's going on?
I play in Kyber 1, but I used to only date Kyber 1. Like, we were in a full-on relationship, so, like, every now and then I'd get Kyber 1, I'd go back to Kyber 2. But now, like, I think we're married 'cause, like, I feel like they've expanded the thing, and now I'm in Kyber 1 all the time, and I play against people who have everything, right? And so, it a lot of times the way I play is how my opponents play because I'm usually, like, punching up a little bit against people that have like 12, 13 million GP. I welcome a Datacron like Sidious that allows me to play more on offense and get through get through their defense a little more. Bane, with regard to Bane, I have Bane, and I got him one of the few characters that I was able to relic right away because I just wanted to have him ready to go.
Nice.
And so I got him, and I remember like I was excited because I thought he was going to help lift Sith Eternal, and then I could use Watt with like Trench or with Slicker or somebody else. But they basically decided that they don't want his unique to persist after he dies. And if you just like look at that, it doesn't make sense. Then like, why did you even have it there in the from the beginning?
No, you're right. You're right.
So I think that their intention was to have it persist, but then perhaps he's like strong enough, and they don't want it to persist because if it did persist, then Sith Eternal would be a counter to pretty much every GL in the game. But
if it did persist, then we'd have one team instead of two.
Like, not arguing with you on that, right? Like, I think that makes sense. It's just like I would like to have the flexibility to use Sith Eternal to maybe take out Master Kenobi, for example.
No, I'm with you. I think CG just doesn't understand what they want.
He's just pretty like basically I'm going to be using Sith Eternal the same way I was using him before. There's really no change there. He can still only beat the GLs he can beat. And then Bane, on the other hand, is beating teams that Sith Eternal can't beat, even with Bane. So like I like that a lot. Like it gives me something to do with my Relic 9 Sith Assassin. Right? Like, hey, there's a multiplier in Bane's kit that says like more bonuses based on how many relic levels that dead character is. You can't get higher than Relic 9. So all of a sudden, Sith Assassin is doubly useful. Right? Like Sith Assassin is doubly useful. But I think so. I'm concerned that they may nerf that aspect of Bane to where I can't use Bane in that way anymore. I wish
don't
that
want
they
you using Bane to counter GLs and using C to counter Malgus.
Let him be great. Let Bane be great. And I think they just they think maybe he's too great because he could, if his unique persisted and Sith Eternal did not get health immunity after Bane died, like if he was immune to health immunity, like the kit says. I mean, the kit even refers to deceived enemies. Like, who's the only character in the game that can deceive? Sith Eternal. Like, I don't understand what CG's like thought process was with that. I feel like they need to make it so that it persists, and that would make Bane probably the best Conquest character ever. Right now, he's like a great Conquest character because he's the new hotness, right? Like he's the new toy. He's top of the meta, and he won't be that way forever. But I don't know. I enjoy having Bane. I don't mind the efficiency meta. That's how I started playing GAC because I didn't have a whole lot of stuff when I started playing. So I had no choice but to go full offense and kind of have a paper defense. Now, for the first time since I've been playing GAC seriously for maybe the last 2 years, I can put a pretty challenging defense down and have a lot of tools to like go on offense.
Yeah.
And to me, that's fun for me. It's not fun when I got to put a paper thin defense down and hope I get more points than my opponent. Right now, I can like actually trip my opponents up sometimes. So like I like GAC that way. They do need to freshen GAC up eventually though. Maybe expand the board. But someone Logan I think said, man, like that'll take more time. It takes me like a couple hours because I'm a meticulous player. It takes me a couple hours to get through that board, checking counters and all this kind of nonsense.
Oh yeah.
If there's more teams, like that's gonna make more time, and I don't know about that. I don't know if I like that. I mean, we're in Hell Week right now, where we have territory battles going on, Conquest going on. Thank God we don't have GAC going on right now. Like it would be really, really difficult to be in the game that long. So that's my take on it. I love Bane. I don't mind an efficiency meta. I just hope they keep the meta fresh, and I think Datacrons help do that. New units help do that. New teams when the Gungans come in, I think they're doing a good job of keeping things fresh, at least from my perspective where I play at in Kyber 1.
That's a great point.
No, that was an A+ answer. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
And I do want to piggyback on. It is awesome putting in my OG Maul and just letting him get sacrificed, and then you just delete a Lord Vader, or sorry, Lord Failure. No offense, Deuterino. No offense.
It hurts.
All right, Thundercock, what do you got for us, brother?
Honestly, everyone has kind of just touched on the points that I already wanted to make. Yeah, pretty much. We are in an inefficiency meta right now, and going forward, I don't know how it's going to evolve when these Datacron sets expires. I don't know if they're going to do more of these, where they just take these really old characters and they make more solo teams, more viable teams with less characters. But datacrons are temporary, so maybe eventually we might be looking into more teams or even getting a bigger GSC board. But like most of y'all said, it would take too long if they did go that route. So either they add in more slots per territory or they add in more territories in general.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right.
I don't know how. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Who has not spoken on this topic yet? Avant.
We don't care about that.
I was saving you for last, man, because I know you mentioned this in Discord in some of the last GAC matches. So I was kind of saving you for last because I really want to know, because you play at a very high level. What are your thoughts on this?
So I like the efficiency meta. This GAC reminds me so much of when they first released Relics, and I don't remember if it was when, I think it's when they gave GAC a facelift, and they made GAC like they tried to make it more exciting and put crystals into it and like get everyone drawn into GAC. And I remember watching a lot of streamers do their GACs, and like people would put down like crap teams, and someone would have a Relic OG Kylo and go in and solo a team with OG Kylo, and then solo a team with Wampa. And it was like, okay, I can't put down shit defense that people can solo. I have to put down good defensive teams that are cohesive. I have to use teams to attack that are going to get banners back. And I have to put down defensive teams like Gas 501st that are just going to make you hemorrhage banners. Even though it's a really good team to attack with, it sucks in GAC offense because you just lose so many banners.
It
does. The
Yeah.
efficiency meta makes you think about like, okay, if I'm in Kyber 2 or Kyber 1 and I have all the toys or most of the toys, how do I get through my opponent more efficiently than they can get through me? And so, like, from a chess standpoint, that's interesting to me, and I find that fun. Like, I enjoy trying to say, okay, my opponent put Riva and the Doubtcron down, so I need to save Bane for that. And then, like, I like to, like, map out my attacks and, like, okay, well, what could be in the back? Are they going to put Kenobi in the back, or are they going to put Phoenix in the back? Like, it's more fun because you're like trying to figure out the strategy of how to get to the end and get the most banners.
And it's so weird because I feel like in like a lot of the past matches I've had in GAC, I have a better success rate against opponents that place more legends rather than placing less.
Yes,
Because they have more
Especially the way
counters.
the especially where the meta is headed. If they like every opponent that places 4 GLs, I beat them.
The way to
They
win,
one, maybe 2, it's a battle. Because I feel like if you place, especially, I mean, if you've invested in Datacrons, you've got the right teams, you put them on defense, you put the GLs that are expected. You know, Ray, obviously you put Ray. You know, if your opponent has Bo, you're not going to place Lord. And I bitched about that in Discord. Like, why the fuck? Like, people,
or they do,
are you
or they
not
do, and you
about
just
it? Like, do
annihilate
you
them.
not see that I have Bo? and you're still placing Lord Vader. Like, you want to give me free banners, I'm okay with it. I'm good.
Right.
I'm good with free banners.
I mean, I think the way, at least in Kyber 1, like these last couple seasons, the way that you win is by saving your GLs to attack,
Yes.
putting down really good squads that are elevated with Datacrons, and making your opponent decide, okay, do I need to use a GL against this Saw with Chirrutcron, or
Dude, the team is dirty.
or do I try to use my Gas 50 first? And there have been times where you take a team in and the Datacron screws you. Like, I'm ashamed to say that I faced a trench, like the fully loaded trench squad with Watt, and it had the Doubtcron, and I used Malicos on Rey, so I still had my Star Killer. Trench with Watt and the Doubtcron beat my Star Killer because they couldn't gain any turn meter, and Django just started fucking shooting his rocket and burning everyone, and I was like, oh my god, did my Star Killer just lose?
I'm really surprised with you, Avant. You didn't think of that if I do Star Killer, which is a turn meter fed team, Doubt is going to fuck that up?
I just thought, it's 11:30 at night, I'm laying in bed doing my GAC, and this should work.
Been there.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Real quick, around the room. Who can relate to that? You're laying in bed, you're like, fuck it, I'm going to try this team. And it blows up in your face, and you go, dude, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And then you go, you know what? I'm going to bed. I don't care. I don't care.
You know, I actually like it when I know I'm going to lose a GAC because I'll just like throw shit at a wall and see what sticks. I won't do that if I think I have a chance.
I love the fact that Yvonne said, dude, I was laying in bed, and I can picture myself as my wife is asleep next to me, and there I am on my phone going, dude, I'm going to try this.
Me trying to not throw my phone across the room at the wall and wake my wife up. Yeah, that thought went through my head.
All right. Who is not
have anything else to say about all this stuff?
Who else got tall tales on this topic?
A lot of the teams are still getting monotonous. I'm sure it's probably the same at the top, do you think? Or the Datacrons change that? Because since I sometimes see Datacrons, sometimes I don't. It's whatever.
Well, again, I think that's where you play in Kyber 1. I'm still seeing
the Datacrons kind of force the change up.
They do. Like, for instance, if I see, and the thing is, I think in a way, I think Datacrons makes you like you kind of have to investigate your opponent and what they're setting. Like, if I see a Saw team with the Chirrutcron, I'm going to look at their mods. What is the speed of their Chirrut? What is the speed of the rest of their team? If they're garbage mods, because that's the other thing. A lot of players will, oh shit, I got to get this Datacron, but they don't invest in the mods.
Logan, I can understand why people.
I've definitely won some because of mods.
Exactly. So they'll place it, they'll put it on D, but then you look at it and you'll see their mods and go, all right, this is now going to give me some more options. Now, you look at a Saw team where the Saw is over 300 speed, Chirrut is over 300 speed. They put the new old man Rex on it, and no, you've got to take that shit seriously.
Like, from my perspective, the way I play this is like I pretty much don't have wiggle room, right? Like, I can't drop a battle. If I drop one battle, I'm completely screwed, and I gotta like redo my whole thing. So if my opponent places a Saw with the Chirrut Datacron and the mods are crap, it doesn't matter. I gotta still use the same counter. I can't like use a lesser counter because the mods are crap at this point in the game. Okay. So like for me, I just decide that I don't always have great mods on all of my newer stuff because I don't know, man. I'm just not caught up with all the mods, right? And so if they still got to use a big team to do it, like I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with it. And if they want to use something cheaper because my saw is only 280 speed. Go ahead, go for it, and then drop, and then I win, right? Like, so I'll take that too.
So what's beginning to happen is what they've wanted you to do since day one with Datacrons. They want to change up the meta. That's what's happening. So you have to adjust your roster to whatever Datacrons are out right now. And everyone's roster is going to be different. But they're mainly wanting the people in Kyber 1 to do this because you guys have more stuff to work with. But, you know, it makes you whales work on characters that you wouldn't normally without releasing a legend. Used to, the way they'd get you to work on a shitty character was release a galactic legend. Now they can give you something easy to get rid of later on. It's temporary, and you now have a Kit Fisto that you'll never use again until another Datacron comes around. You know what
Phase
I mean?
1 of TB. Phase 1 of TB.
And yeah,
You don't really even need to do that mission. to
Use
get
them like a
max
cheap
stars
whore.
on that one. You can
But
skip that mission.
Hobnail, what do you got? What did you say?
So you can skip the Kit Fisto mission in TB and still get max stars. You don't have. You
And
can
that's the
skip
thing,
it.
because it's in phase 1, you can max that. But as
They
much
need to
as
put
I,
like some Kit 2 on it, and then it would be worth it. Like that would make Kit Fisto worth it.
Can we please not talk about TB? It's a little triggering today.
Yeah, it's
One more thing about Bane, real quick. Are you guys seeing Bane in Arena? How's that going? What's that look like?
yeah, I'm seeing him.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's there.
people are still fucking with
It's
it.
just people testing them out against different
With
offenses.
what? Just him and somebody else usually?
It's usually
Yeah,
C
they
and
just testing
Bane.
them.
I'm actually seeing him, and I'm seeing Bane and Darth Talon.
Bane lead is kind of better even in arena because with Sith with C he puts on whatever it is. I can't remember. Doesn't that the
Link.
lock buff?
It
debuff.
really is. I feel
Link.
like if you're using Bane with C, you're doing it wrong. I think Bane on
But
his
I mean, in
own
arena with
is
C he puts on the not the link, the red buff debuff,
Oh,
where no one can
Deceived.
target C.
Deceived.
Deceived.
Yeah. And he puts on deceived, and then everybody targets Bane, and then he gets killed, and then it's like, well, I just got to see now. He doesn't really have anything in arena, so it's
True.
You kind of have to go in with Bane and somebody else to make it work even in arena.
Don't
And,
forget, don't forget. For weeks, everyone's like, "I can't wait to see what he does with C," and I was like, well, I'm more interested to see what his leadership does." And I kept saying
I
it
knew
every
this was
week,
gonna come
and
up.
all they
I
wanted
knew
to
this
talk
was
about
gonna
was
come up.
him and C, and it comes out, and guess what? It was his leadership that came over. So maybe his tinfoil hat isn't so wrong.
Thank you.
Well, basically, it's not his leadership; it's the rule of two, because you don't really care that much about his leads. It's what he can do with another Pyrelic Sith.
Can I go back to the modding situation in GAC?
Sure.
I actually had my mods for the layer raid because I swapped them over to do the raid to get a bigger score. I'd done that just before GAC lockout, and guess who didn't have any mods for their GAC this round?
Oh shit!
Mike,
you did not. You
why
did
the fuck
not.
is Bane got one mod? So
You know what?
Bane's actually won with Bane with one mod.
Where's the cone of shame?
Knowing
I
Bones,
cannot believe it.
knowing Bones, it might have helped him because he would have just used the
Maybe.
Force and found a way through it.
I did. I won
Just
quite a
closed
bit.
his eyes with his staff.
2 wins. 2 wins out of the 3 rounds.
I do want to give Bob some credit. I don't do this very often, but he did say something very, very important, and it worked. It worked with me. Like,
going.
he talked about these new characters that, especially with Datacrons, you want to level up, relic up, and like the second I saw the list of characters to this Datacron set, and I saw the potential of certain characters, I immediately went to work mod-wise. So if you look at the benefits of the characters, all right, Kit Fisto, meh. After 4 months, you won't use him again. But
He'll be good in 3v3.
he'll be good in 3v3. But Holdo, I never really took that fleet seriously. Like, honestly, who took their resistance fleet and had all 6-dot mods on that fleet? That was like a fleet that you went, all right, I'll throw it in there, I'll try. But this Datacron set, dude, the
Yeah.
second I read what Holdo can do, I went to work on her mods immediately. And
With
she's
the comeuppance, it's quite a good. With the comeuppance, it's quite a good fleet now. So
That
definitely
sucks
worth
to put on
investing.
Cantina.
So I think it's good to look at, like, every time a new Datacron set comes out, look at the tunes that will benefit the most and pick out the ones that are going to benefit your roster the most. Like for instance, Holdo for me. Okay, this gives me an excuse to put 6-dot mods on Holdo to make her fleet have a little bit more teeth.
If your opponent happens to put down Malevolence on defense, that Holdo fleet will get really good banners with one reinforcement.
Yep.
But the problem
Unless
is
you're
we
me.
Get 7-6.
I'll have to try that.
probably giving away a bit of our TW insider secrets, but we actually have
Blaze,
a whole
that counter works like a
of it.
charm, dude.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
We
looking
just
forward
have
to when the
comeuppance as
Malevolence
though they were
gets
possible.
another lifter ship. That's for sure. It's definitely feeling its age lately.
what do you say, Mike? What were you saying?
We have one of our walls in TW for the fleets is just the 3 resistance. So Poe, the one that Rose pilots, which is ridiculous, and Ray's Falcon. And then the one and only reinforcement is the comeuppance, so that it's forced to be bought out. And that gets us like quite a lot of holds. It's sort of hidden away. Most people don't normally get there, but when they get there,
Do you put it in the front or the back?
It's in the front.
Interesting.
And we put it with,
It's actually a deceivingly kind of a gross fleet. Like
Executor and
seriously, if you don't take it seriously, when that comeuppance comes in, that fleet will fuck you up.
It'll nuke you.
The only
You'll
problem
get your
is-
comeuppance.
Yeah, you got to come in pants before it comes out, though. So, but the only problem is
I
with on
guess you could
defense.
say they got their comeuppance.
The problem with it on defense is, though, if the Falcon does the AoE before the coming pants comes out. So.
And that's the other thing. Ray's Falcon, if you're Ray and the supporting cast are all at 6-dot mods, dude, I'm telling you, that AoE will fucking destroy shit.
Brutal, yeah.
Absolutely destroy shit. Which is really
what do you guys think is more worth building right now? The Finalizer fleet or the Radis fleet with the comeuppance?
Radis fleet with the comeuppance. I feel like the First Order fleet is now, other than Mace Windu's ship, the worst fleet in the game.
I do still use the Finalizer for like a cleanup if I
because
need
in
it.
Driver 1, people don't place the house doof in the starting lineup. It's the triple attacker, so you got to use something different. You can't use Finalizer, triple attacker, executor. So it's obsolete. But I think in territory war it can be valuable because not everybody places triple attacker in territory war, so it's nice to have it in your back pocket. GAC it never gets used anymore.
No, it doesn't. I agree.
To be fair, it doesn't get used either in GAC or territory wars, because if you think about it, you have 3 fleets in GAC.
Do you think?
And then you need 6 fleets. So you have your 3 GL fleets with the Profundity, Leviathan, and Executor, and then you have the other 3 big fleets that are Malevolence, Negotiator, and some kind of an Empire. So to be fair, both Finalizer and Radis get unused, and it's even worse in territory wars because there you have only 2 fleets even. So most guilds save 2 of their GO fleets. They set something else on defense, and you don't have any issue clearing fleets. And if you see Radis on defense in territory wars, you're just pretty much surely having 22 banners. So I don't think both of those fleets have any.
That's coming from a top end guild, though.
Yeah.
It could be likely that we get a Finalizer ship as our next chase. If you think about it, we got the Marauder. Then we got the Common Pants, and now if you're saying the Finalizer is the third best or whatever, which I'm agreeing with you, if CG sees that as well, then it very well could be, and that would be great.
I
mean, we get the
appreciate you
Marauder, I
saying
think-
that with a fully straight face and not even
Yeah,
breaking
you said
cadence.
that whole thing without laughing. Kudos to you, man.
We got the
I
Marauder, so
would
I
start
feel like
laughing.
we need a separatist ship to boost the malevolence.
Which I could
Tri-fighter.
see. I could see that.
Tri-fighter.
I could see that happening before the Finalizer, actually, with the whole Phantom Menace stuff going on.
The Malevolence, something? Well, maybe.
I think Trench. I think there's an
Especially with
opportunity for
the-
Admiral Trench.
Especially with the speculation that we're probably going to get another fleet for Separatists, probably with Trench this year. Then you certainly need a lot of Separatist ships more.
Yeah, I still think
I am not on that
I still think
bandwagon.
it's
For the
French.
record, I am not on the separatist fleet bandwagon.
I don't
want
think
the
Trench is coming.
Viceroy.
I don't think
I
Trench
want
is
the
coming
Viceroy
either.
capital ship.
Yes, Blaze. That makes
Bring
more
the
sense.
Viceroy
Honestly,
and get
if
new
I can just
gunnery
step
in
in here
there.
for a second, they still need to add in more clone pilots for Mace Windu. They kind of just got him hanging out, like supposedly leading a clone fleet, and there aren't even that many clone ships. So, and we still have a lot to work with here.
Yeah, like I love you all, but
Yeah,
Trench is not
Marauder
getting a
is
capital
completely
ship. He's not getting it.
Marauder's mostly used with Negotiator at this point. Like, honestly, he was supposed to be used with Mace, and he still
I know
could.
it's
but, like,
hilarious.
it's like why make two mediocre fleets? Like, make just one awesome fleet, because you don't need that many fleets.
No, I
anymore.
think that's a good point. Like they did say that
It literally
ship was
mirrors
gonna
Bane.
help out Mace's fleet, and then people put him in the negotiator, and now you see that in JAC, and you go, "Oh shit, I got to deal with that."
Yeah, you gotta send something serious against it. You
Yeah,
can't just
you
like
do.
send malevolence
Mhm.
there, right? You gotta use something real.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
they
on
really
the other
need to
hand, you
rethink
can.
my fleets in GAC just to be able to deal with Negotiator on defense. It sucks.
Do you guys want to talk
Yeah.
about Red 5 for a little bit?
no,
No.
No.
No, not even a little bit.
No,
not even for a fucking second.
What about Ray 5?
Next
No,
topic.
That's right.
not
That's right.
even
Even
for half
less.
a second.
We need
No,
a fourth Ray.
no.
What about Jake Lloyd Anakin to be the Jar Jar buffer lifter?
He's gonna get his N1, man. He's gonna get that Naboo Starfighter, and
Yeah.
Mace Windu will reign supreme on everyone.
Can you see
I'm
the
going
If you
veins?
ever get a
Watto,
Naboo
man.
Starfighter, it'll be for the Mandalorian.
Let's get Watto.
That would be Wizard. Mm.
I can see the hate boiling inside of you right now.
Can I give a hot
Alright,
take?
let's,
I haven't had a hot take for a little bit. I think that Squiggly Boy from season 2, the dead man's chest looking guy, I think he'll get a capital ship before anyone, or at least before Trench will.
The pirate
I
from
would love
Mando?
that capital ship,
Yeah.
except it would take
Oh, yeah.
all the fleet away from Executor.
I think it's gonna happen. Be ready.
Ain't gonna happen.
Hey,
Call me a train for the Gulag and have a reservation for Bones because he's talking some dumb shit, and I already put that rule out in the post. So
What's a
can you
Gulag?
What?
What's a gulag?
You don't read
man.
much, do you?
I have a whole book of things. I got Game of Thrones,
You
Harry
know-
Potter, Lord of the Rings.
You know,
Right next to me.
if they ever do end up giving Trench the Invincible, I still feel like we're going to see Yularen in the Resolute before that.
I can't believe this motherfucker just asked me what a Gulag is.
Is it something from a
Let's not
pirate
get over
ship?
it. No,
Are you gonna tell him? Are you gonna tell him, or are you gonna make him look it up?
We're going to make him look it up. He can learn.
I'm gonna have to read books until I
this is-
finally
this is
figure
the
it
new
out.
segment of the podcast.
Read a coffee table book.
Jesus,
Bones
H.
guesses what
Christ.
Gulag is.
I'm
Never
waiting.
mind.
And
What
it's
is
not-
it? You don't know either. You're just saying it because you've heard it before.
No, it's a prison in Siberia, in Russia.
What book would I
Isn't it in,
read?
like Call of Duty as well?
What book would I read to
One of
know
the
that?
things?
I don't know anything dealing with Joseph Stalin.
Who?
The book you're looking for is a history book.
Is it like a World War II
It's
thing?
Animal Farm.
Okay, well, I only read fantasy. Like I don't read real stuff. I don't like it.
It's an allegory about Stalinism.
Either way, okay. I don't know what the fuck anyone's talking about, but I do want to say,
All right, get off this topic.
real quick. I wanted to shout out Swampgrass for rating us with 6 viewers. Thank you, brother. We enjoy it every week. I appreciate it. Fashion Jimmy.
Thanks, Swamp.
Fashion Jimmy, it only took him about 3 months to follow us. Ya Mush and Jester of Death. Thank you guys for the follow.
Whoa! It took someone 6 months. The fuck you waiting for? You don't see quality when you don't know quality when you see it.
Yeah, and also hit the fucking button. You fuckers, there's half you guys in our Discord that haven't even followed us yet. Hit it.
Yeah, hit the button. What's the matter with you?
I think
Like, do you want to be on the community episode? Do you want to have your voice heard? You fucking mutts. Jesus
I
Christ.
might.
Fucking program.
All right, next.
You're not really selling the community episode that great.
Go fuck yourself.
It's my Friday.
Hey, if you want to, no bullshit,
bourbon,
no smoke up your ass.
I've almost finished my bottle of wine. That's why. All right, so next topic.
Next category. What do you hate the most about all other content creators besides us?
No.
I hate the fact that Yvonne won't give
I
me a
haven't had
gift.
enough scotch to drink the haterade tonight. I'm sorry.
All right, so everybody have another drink. Let's talk about Conquest. Then we'll go on to how every other content creator sucks. And Free Scoundrels is the best.
This again?
Hot take. Conquest is my favorite game mode.
Oh shit! So here we go. Never mind.
I actually have some positivity to put to this too. So I'll let you guys talk, but I have some positive things as well.
Conquest. Obviously, some of the most important characters in this game have come to us via Conquest. You've got Cat, you've got Bane, Ben Solo. People were not sold on immediately, at first, but goddamn, he's good. Now we've got Queen Amidala. So, with Conquest being what it is everyone here in the group, are you going to Red Crate? Are you going to unlock Queen Amidala? If not,
Yes.
Do you feel like Proving Grounds is not enough? Because even as someone where I'm at, where, yes, I get every character out of Conquest, I talk to my son quite a bit, and he talks to me about what they get in Proving Grounds, and I think it's a sham. I don't think it's nearly enough. I don't think Proving Grounds is enough of a progression mechanic for people to really gain access to these characters that are so important. So, what are everyone's thoughts on Conquest? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you do it for Datacrons? Bob's favorite topic, because Bob loves Datacrons. He'll suck dick for Datacron currency. So, what are everyone's thoughts? And Everest, you start, man. What do you got for us?
All right, I really like the puzzle solving part of Conquest. Conquest is not perfect. I mean, it is grindy as fuck. We can all agree on that. But like, there's some really interesting things that happen in Conquest, and it's the only game mode that really that changes it up every few months to give you like a new experience. And like, they've really done it this time with like switching out all the discs we loved with the new discs, or like with discs that we lost a few months ago, like Entrenched and all the health up discs and whatever, and Zealous Ambition. So I think it's a game mode that really allows them to keep us engaged and keep it fresh in a way, even if it is grindy. Like, I don't want to fucking fight 40 first order battles ever again in my life. That was a pain in the ass, and I only was able to do it because of the Lightspeed bundles. I don't even want to fight 20 light side Mandalorian battles right now because I don't have Bo-Katan, and it's hard, but I can do it. And I think, and when you see a feat like kill 600 B1s and you don't know what's coming, like, I love how the community gets really upset, and then people find cheese, and everyone gets really excited, and then you just like you go do it, and you're like, oh, this is awesome! Like this is so cool that you can kill like all these B1s, even if it is a preview for a raid that we're all gonna hate.
Thank God for Bit Dynasty. Bob loves him.
I actually haven't watched any of Bit Dynasty's. Bones, you need to stop about this. You just need to recognize that this man is better at the game than you.
A lot better.
Oh, way better.
Oh, hell no.
Way better.
Hell no. I am the greatest.
Like reads and understands kits better.
I feel like in the history of our show, Bit Dynasty, it would be like I would take Bit Dynasty over Arnold. Just so Bob could sit there with this big fucking puss look on his face going, dude, I suck.
No, I want to face. I wish we could face each other. That's the new evolution of GAC. I want to be able to face whoever the fuck you talk shit. I want to fight you, Logan, because I bet I can still beat you because I've went up against 12 million accounts and I've won. And I'll take Bit Dynasty and I'll take all of you and I'll go through the gauntlet.
I will wipe my ass with you.
And I will John Wick you through and through because I have 20 million counters. I can put Ewoks on defense and you can beat me and I will keep all my things on offense and I'll beat you and I'll be more efficient.
I will see your John Wick and raise you a John Wayne. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, an old man who can barely move. I'll kill you.
Oh, no, it's John Wayne.
Actually, I like how you said John Wayne.
I'm taking Keanu over John Wayne any day. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we love you, man.
Sorry, but also I'm Canadian, so like I got to take Keanu over John Wayne.
Mind you, Keanu's like 62. Like that dude is old as hell, really, and he's getting hit by cars and shit. He does his own stunts, so I'd still win. Anyways, continue on. I just heard Bit Dynasty and wanted to freak out.
So part of the greatest part of this game, the greatest part of any mode in this game is the community, and I think more than any other game mode right now, because Conquest changes so often, because we have these speeds that we need to figure out how to cheese, it has the most community engagement because partially because people hate it and find it grindy, but partially because we like solving these puzzles, and it is a puzzle more than any other game mode, and I love it. I love the puzzle aspect of it.
All right,
I wish I was smarter to solve the puzzles myself, but it's fun.
Yeah. Thundercock, what do you got for us on Conquest, and is Proving Grounds enough for people to really catch up on this shit?
Honestly, if you do hoard your crystals and you want to purchase that premium pass, I know, spoiler, you have to spend a little bit of money for it to be worth it, but you can get 120 shards if you're willing to just drop crystals that you've been hoarding for 2 months. And, it's not bad, but the amount of crystals that you do have to spend for the character is a little nutty.
All right. Evo, what do you...
Real quick, I want to take a page out of our old friend, the Immortal Kane, who's in the chat right now. And he always wanted there to be the Conquest Pass for crystals. Would you guys do anything like that? Do you think that would be good, or does it not make any sense?
Well, hold on, define that. Conquest Pass for what does that mean?
Instead of paying
Buying
money,
the Conquest
you have a choice.
Pass for crystals.
Yeah, you have a choice.
8K, like a little bit less, like 8K crystals or something.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of paying real money, you have the choice to pay with crystals for people who...
Yes. No. For the pass...
Yeah.
No. All right. No, now I understand. I have advocated for that.
Just the base pass.
I've always thought that for the, the pass that they sell for $9.99, I feel like that should be 999 crystals. Bang. Bought. Paid for.
That's cheap. That's really cheap. $999.
$9?
That gets you a lot of those
Damn.
bonus shards and stuff, so that you don't have to spend your
crystals?
currency. I think
2
that's
days of arena
too cheap.
payouts. 2 days of arena payout, right there.
Yeah,
I could see them charging like 5,000 crystals for that. Not. Well, I don't know what is a what does $10 get you? How many crystals in game?
Right.
I don't buy crystals, so.
You fucking capitalist. I was trying to be nice. Just saying.
CG's not nice. They're
Why are you trying to
economical.
be nice? Yeah, CG's not
Jesus
nice.
Christ.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think that anyone would pass it if it was 999 crystals, because that would be an insane value.
Yeah.
Literally.
How many crystals do I spend on like on a ship when it first comes out, and I need to farm it for a week?
You get
Like,
what?
I'll pay.
20 or 30
$10
a
is like
character?
1,300.
Hold on. Everybody hear me out. Hold on. Let's say it's 999 crystals for that. Does that not open the door? They're getting the shards, they're getting some of the bonuses. Does that not open the door for more engagement and possible spending and more engagement in Datacrons? You give them something to get them into the game. Now it gives them more incentive to, oh shit, I'm getting these extra shards. Maybe I can focus a little bit more on Datacrons and maybe spend something. I'm just looking at it as, all right, you give them an inch, then they're gonna go, okay, what else can I do with this?
Okay, hold on. I gotta stop you right here. This is your fault, by the way. Swampgrass in the chat says Meathead is nice. He came to the swamp yesterday, his stream, and gifted a bunch of Conquest passes. And he said, yeah, seriously, that happened. I need you to kiss his ass, tell him you're sorry, and how much you love him right now. Tell him how much you love Meatwad.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, because you keep saying fuck Meathead and Meatwad every stream.
So wait a minute. You've known me for how long, and you want me to do what?
A fucking Conquest pass. So you're gonna tell him how much you love him and how much you're sorry for everything you said.
You greedy broke fuck. I'm not kissing someone else's ass for your benefit. That's not happening. No. If I kiss someone's ass, it's for my benefit. And guess what? I don't need a benefit, so I don't kiss ass, so it's not happening.
Meatwad, my name's Bones.
I left his niece on a speeder bike.
Meatwad, my name's Bones, and I will suck your ass for a Conquest pass. That's all I gotta say.
It's a meathead.
You know what? The fact that rhymed, you're a poet and didn't know it. And I would
Logan on this. Meathead's great. He is one of my favorite people who's ever worked for CG. I love Meathead. Meathead, I love you.
See, Havorius wants one too, because Doja Fett was much better than you, but we still love you.
I don't want anything. I just want people to know that Meathead's great, and I think he's a really great person, and I think that he's done a lot to engage with the community in different ways that previous community managers haven't done, whether they either couldn't or didn't think about it. I just think he's done a lot of kind of outside of the box engagement with the community.
All right,
but if you do one more fucking Red 5 innuendo, you're done.
The old man. The old man is gonna have a moment.
So
I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he kisses his kids in the forehead before they go to sleep. I'm sure he walks an old lady across the fucking street. But if you give me one more fucking vague Red 5 remark without evidence, proof, and you put hope in our hearts of a Red 5 ship, and you keep fucking with us, I'm going to continue to sit here and verbally eviscerate you for the douchebag that you are for fucking with us.
Who was the community manager that CG had that I believe they said they saw the community as nothing more than walking ATMs? And every time that they released a new character, that kind of expected us to open up our wallets and hand them a couple $100 for a character.
This came out of their mouth?
Somebody knows something I don't. I don't remember hearing it.
This was like
Jerry,
this was
Jerry was the tip of the spear.
Like pre-CG Carry, and I wasn't even around for CG Carry.
Yeah, CG Carry. That was it.
Wow.
Sounds like my favorite stripper.
The community seems very positive about CG Carry in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Carrie was good. Honestly, she was good at interacting with the community, and she was always like like her face was always out there. She was always talking to the community. So
Wait, it was a girl who said that walking ATMs? Because that's like
It
stripper
was like
lingo.
right,
Talking about the
right
Johns.
right up until like the end, right before I believe it was CG Carey left, where it was like, do I expect people to spend money? Yes. We released a new character, kind of expect people to pay like $100 for it, or it was something along
she's
those
not
lines.
wrong.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
not. She's actually right in line with how it goes.
I will continue to be the voice
She's
of
saying the
logic and
quiet
reason
parts
for
out
this
loud. That's all she's
podcast.
doing.
Okay, I think, but we keep saying it's Carrie. I think it was Doja Fett. People in the chat keep
No.
saying
It
Doja
might
Fett.
have
No, it was
That
Carey.
sounds like Carrie.
Huh.
And
Well,
I would just like to.
I remember CG. I remember CG Carey. She doubled the hard note shards for like a year or something. Like it was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
And
The
then-
eight
then they-
hits.
Then they put a notice out saying, "Remember how we said this was temporary? It's over now."
Yep. I remember that.
All
I don't
right.
know. That was great. Yeah.
Oh, that was the
It was
time
like-
to the Old
no, it was-
Republic
it was-
characters.
You get to do 10 sims on the hard notes. I think that's what it was.
It was
Instead of
8.
5.
It was 8.
It was 8.
Yeah.
They moved
It was
it from
8.
5 to 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
That
were
was great.
the good times before the dark days.
I'm liking the hate flowing through you guys now.
No,
we're
it's
we're
not
working towards
exciting.
the hate towards
Yeah.
content creators. I can feel it. I'm ready for it.
Now, Logan's not here, so
This is the
I was
time.
gonna say
Who do you guys hate the most?
no, we're not doing this.
Not yet.
I don't know.
I'm listening, Avant. Carry it on.
I was gonna say you guys. Okay,
guy
Logan's
Logan.
back.
Those pajamas?
You guys are
Yeah, my
crazy.
fucking pajamas. It's fucking 10:26. Jesus Christ.
You guys are crazy if you think that anyone from Capital Games would ever sit down on our podcast with the amount of cursing and cum references in every one of our streams. They will never sit down and talk to us.
Now hold on, Avant. In fairness, if someone ever reached
We're all
out and
here,
said,
man.
listen, we've noticed, and this would never happen,
You would
but
have to
we've
mute
noticed that your
Bob.
show has gained some traction. We would like to go on your show, but we would humbly request that, old man, you don't swear. Bob is silent and only Avant talks. So I think if those conditions were met, there is a possibility. It would be really hard for me. Bob would have to put his tinfoil hat down the garbage disposal, which would be really hard for him. So, I mean, there is a possibility, but it's very remote. Very remote.
So hold on. You're
So it
telling
would
me.
be
It's a
me
special episode.
interviewing
One
a CG
scoundrel in the
employee.
Tatooine desert.
Hold on. Before you got, I want you guys to say what you just said. But so you're telling me I can't pull an AP Gaines to Crumb live on stream and read a comment about him sucking a horse cock. You're telling me
No.
You're telling me they'll go into
No.
an AP Gaines one, but they wouldn't come on here. I think AP
This is
Gaines
why they
just-
will
You don't
never
have
talk
30,000
to us.
That, I'm
followers
sure.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
You know what? It's because of AP Gaines why they will never do that.
yeah, right.
But Havorius, what were you saying? And then Avant.
I can't remember, man. I was just shooting shit.
Oh, okay. Avant, what'd you say, brother?
Same.
I'm done as well. Anybody else got anything to
Alright,
say about
you know,
CG?
Anyone else got anything to say about CG or Conquest? Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, give me your money so I can buy a Conquest pass.
There it is. All right. So the final topic, and we're actually doing really good on time. I'm surprised. We will
Viewer
be able to get to
questions,
viewer
baby.
questions.
Yeah.
We will get to viewer questions. That's outstanding. But the final question I'm going to ask all of you, and I brought this up before we went live. What is it, to all you people that watch us, what is it that we can do to improve the show that would make it more entertaining for you? And why are we better than every other suck-ass podcast for this show that's out there?
But before we get to the answers, Logan, the Immortal Kane wants to know: are you watching the Twitch stream?
No.
He needs you to at least glance at it for a moment.
Yeah, just like take a
Well,
peek.
fuck am I like? Jesus H Christ! What? I can only do so many. I'm 47 fucking years old. There's only so many things I can do.
Just make sure
I need
you
a
mute
whale.
the
I need a
stream so it
whale
doesn't
to be
circle
my
the
friend
audio through.
now. Wait a minute. I need a whale to be my friend now. There is a gifting system.
No, look at the picture. Look at the screen.
Kane, you're mistaken. You don't need friends. You should just hang out by yourself. That's what I do.
There's a picture
Oh,
on the
sugar
right.
daddy.
And I don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about it. I like it.
Where's the picture? I'm not seeing it.
You don't
Oh
see
my god.
you don't see all of us, and then to the right there's a Jar Jar picture of Bob
No,
Ross.
I'm not. No, I'm. Oh.
Selective blindness.
I had to put my glasses up.
Oh,
That's Logan
Wait,
Ross.
is that Logan as Bob Ross? I didn't realize. That's
yeah,
amazing.
that's Logan Ross painting Jar Jar.
I think he's actually smiling.
He is. He's trying to hide it.
Old man Ross.
So
He's flooded.
the immortal Kane reached out to me and was like, "Please put this up for me." So that's from Kane himself. That's personally. From
He
Kane.
liked it.
Yep.
We all saw it.
And for everyone to listen on Spotify, there is a picture, a Photoshop copy of Bob Ross painting Jar Jar with Logan's face on it. I will start.
I am definitely going to be having a hangover tomorrow.
I will be selling. I will be selling these out of the back of my trunk for the next few months. Get a hold of me.
I have a request.
I am half in the
I have a
bag,
request
and
for an artist, and I need someone to recreate Michelangelo's creation of man from the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, but instead of God, it's Logan, and instead of Adam,
Jar Jar.
it's Jar Jar.
Love it. You heard it here. Yes. Fuck yes.
The creation of Jar Jar, starring Logan.
With his little dick, like his little Roman dick hanging out too.
I will tie him to a table with leather straps and slowly peel the skin from his
I was
body.
expecting that to go differently.
There we
It
go.
started bad.
Jar Jar's reaching out his tongue instead of his arm.
I will hang his skin in the air to be properly dried out and salted as if it was beef jerky.
I think those are called cracklins, not beef jerky. It's like pork skin. Right?
Anywho.
Like pork rinds? All right, we're way off the rails. You asked a question. I derailed us.
What would you like our show to do more that would make it more entertaining? And what makes our show better than every other fuckstick that tries to do this?
It's up to you to point out the guests. That's your job.
You can talk shit by all means.
Yeah, I guess I can start with that. I mean, I'm not really sure what can be done better. But one thing that I can say for sure is that probably the main reason that this podcast became my absolute favorite is the perfect mix of shit, of knowledge, of everything. So I mean, the whole concept it just mixes perfect. To me, that's the most important part. I don't want to just listen to people talking about kids and all of that. I want the mixture of some interesting things about the game, but also I'm looking for entertainment, and that's absolutely something that you guys provide for us.
Dude, love you, brother. We appreciate that. That hit me
I
in the heart.
appreciate that, and that's one thing with this show that we try to do. We try to be informative. We leave that to Avant. I try to provide the quirky go fuck yourself responses, and Bob brings the tinfoil hat nonsense. So we try to have a good mixture of everything. So
I like that podcast. I like that the podcast has a nice diversity of opinions and perspectives on things, and like I think Logan's like a whale or something, and like some people are free to play, and like some people have 8 million GP, and some people have 12 million GP, and like we're literally playing a different game in PvP when you have that differences in GP, and so it's very helpful for me to know that perspective of like a person that's playing 8 million. Like for me, datacrons are normal. They're part of the norm. I look at Conquest, and I'm looking at what the datacrons are, and I'm trying to figure out
Yeah,
how
see,
can
I'm
I farm
not.
as many datacrons as possible.
I don't have energy to waste on Datacrons. I just don't. I've got to get the max box I can get. I wish I could,
like,
but
and it's helpful for me to know that because it's easy for me to take for granted as someone who's been playing since The Force Awakens came out that there are people that just don't have everything or not even close. Like when Leviathan was announced, it was a no-brainer that I was going to go for it, right? Like I already had some of the characters, really,
Oh, yeah.
but like and then I was able to keep up with the Galactic Chasers and everything, but not everybody's able to like do that. They don't have all the resources, they don't have the stuff. So your podcast and bringing on guests. It keeps it from being kind of this elitist thing where people are talking like with their with their nose in the sky about like how all the peasants who don't have all the stuff.
Don't get me started on who does that shit.
Or creating videos that tell you how to.
I'm not naming names. I'm not naming
You mean
names.
like riding on your
Like,
yacht?
you guys are more down to earth. It's like literally guys in a cantina talking about this silly game that we play every day. Right? Like this is why this podcast has some appeal for me. And I hate that I didn't know about it until earlier this year. Because I listened to a couple of other podcasts, but again, I get that elitist vibe from them. I get this vibe where I want to come hang out with you guys and spend 3 hours on a school night to hang out with you. Like I'm down with that.
That's a big thing. That's why we want to do this community episode. Every couple of months, bring the community on because it's not just three guys at three different GP levels talking about the game. We want to know what you guys think. You are the guys that keep playing the game, that keep the lights on, and keep us motivated to do what we do. So, and I feel like we're kind of unique in that way of other podcasts that, they kind of sit in their own bubble and well, I've got this and this worked and that worked. Okay, that's for you. You're, in the top 50.
2%. Yeah.
Yeah. You're sitting in the top 50 and these counters worked for you. That's great. But, Bob plays an account that's a little bit higher, but he also plays his lower account. Avant plays his account. I play my account. We try to stay active in Discord, and we want you guys every now and again to come on and be like, "Hey, this is what we think," and I think that's important. So,
one thing that drives me crazy
before
Horvaris is like when you're looking up for a counter or how to beat some PvE content, and they're like, just C, that's it. It's just C, or it's Slacker. Well, what if I don't have those two? What are the what's the alternative to that? And that
like I ran into this in GAC and I used this. Did it work? Oh yeah, it worked great. Oh, that's great.
Or fucking Bad Batch. Bad Batch is the only answer.
No.
Bones, you know who offers Bones, you know who offers good suggestions when you don't have all the GLs?
Who's that?
Hit Dynasty.
Get out of here, Hob. You're out. You're done for the night.
You're done.
It's cut off. Bob, hold on. You know why you've lost the matches you have in GAC? Because of your stubborn acidness of no Bad Batch. That's on you. That's on you.
You've also lost matches under Mike's because you don't realize that Mike has Skins and Phoenix with Captain Rex and like really good counters, and you just leave them on the bench. But that's a different story.
Afro.
I know it. At my level of the game, and I was decided I was just going to stream my GAC one day, and I brought Avant in there and a couple other guys, and I was just doing off-brand counters that I usually do, and everyone's like, huh, never really thought of that. So it's definitely interesting seeing how like different people choose different things at different levels of the game.
Watching Bob play GAC is like setting my dick on fire and putting it out with a hammer. It's painful. It's fucking painful.
Well, at least now we know what you're into.
That's usually my pre-grad ritual.
Everyone has to have a wild night on Saturday. So, Himalayas, what do you got for us?
Well, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Why is our show better than everybody else's? And was there anything else? Avant, help me out.
Havorius, you're pretty much inflating our three egos. So just keep it.
Yeah, like
Okay, so how can I blow
Yeah.
harder?
Logan wants you to tell us why we're better than the other podcasts.
This is the suck the three scoundrels moment. And
Just keep pumping the penis pump.
Just do your thing.
So on top of everything everyone else has said, I can say that, like, just in terms of like the organization of the podcast, though, some people might think it's unorganized, and fair enough. But you're very good, despite having like 9 kids between the three of you. You're very good at avoiding pregnant pauses. So
I'm looking for the other 8 kids that you talked about.
Well, between all of us, I have most of them.
Between all three,
all my kids are grown. They've left. I'm in my twilight years. I'm good. It's all about me.
You're like, well, then maybe that explains it. Like you feel like if there's another pregnant thing around me, I'm done. So you're like, no pregnant pauses. Like there are other podcasts and there are other content creators who like struggle with the like the snappy responses or the snappy topic or like understanding that you have to keep it moving, and they're just like right, and you guys don't do that, and I love that. I love that I can listen to you and there's always something happening. I never like tune in and like there's nothing, and I think that's great. And I think like Logan, you do a great job of keeping everybody on topic. Bones, you do a great job at like derailing everything and like changing the topic and making it interesting in a totally different way. And Yvonne, thank you for keeping everybody like on track and just like being the voice of reason at the end of the day.
And brings the knowledge and brings the positivity. That dude.
All right, is there anything you would like to be like? And again, everyone else, is there anything you'd like to be added? Would you like the old man to have a rant session? Would you like Bob to have his own tinfoil hat session? Do you want Avant to start doing thrift shopping with Avant more? Like, what can we do that's going to grab your guys' attention? Or are we already doing it? Like, just keep doing what we're doing.
I just need y'all to make fun of Bones more for not knowing kits.
Yeah, we're gonna kick him in the dick for that.
Well, we did have this idea of like Avant would give me like kits and test me on them. I mean, of course I wouldn't know them, but yeah.
I don't think you guys need to do gimmicky shit like that. Like I think if
I've never liked that idea.
Rant on something, then it doesn't have to be every week. I think you just rant on whatever. You don't have to force it. Like a forced rant, a forced rage, isn't necessary. But when it happens, and it's natural,
out of me, I'll give it to you.
and I love a Bonestradamus. I love a tinfoil hat moment. But if it happens every week and it's forced, that's the thing. When you try to force something, when you try to schedule something, and it's not like what is important in the moment.
I don't know about force because he's not going to know what the kit is. You bring the kit and he either knows it or he doesn't, and that's it.
Should I test him right now?
He's
Should I test him right now?
Just give him a ability. Let's see if he knows.
All right, I'll do it right now. What do you got for us?
I was going to say that 3 scoundrels isn't enough. Like, you used to just have infinite scoundrels. But I love you guys. 3 scoundrels is great. And I think, like, what you're doing is great. And if you keep doing it, you will just grow. And I don't think you need to force anything per se. I think you just need to keep doing what you're doing.
I like that.
Yeah. We're in full-fledged gangbang mode right now.
Yeah, keep giving it to us, buddy.
Yeah.
Like you keep talking with all
what do you got for us, man?
As long as I'm not last in the gangbang. So it's not a good sign.
Wow.
But we'll be walking funny.
Make sure your kids are not listening right now.
Yeah, no shit. Make sure they're in bed.
That is the only comment. If you wanted a wider viewership, you should stop swearing and ranting.
Yeah, do not listen to this on speaker in your car when you're bringing your kids to school.
Put that on the end. No, I mean, I love the podcast. You guys have fun, and that's really the best thing that could happen, especially when I'm listening while working. I'd say my one bitch, it has to do with your background, old man Logan.
Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tiger, get that shit
Come on,
out
man.
of here.
I'm a Cleveland Browns fan.
Well,
Born and raised in Cleveland.
Well, you can go fuck yourself. That's what I'm gonna say about that.
Hey, didn't
You,
Cleveland?
you lost to Baker Mayfield in the playoffs.
Yeah, you know what? The sun shines on a dog's ass once in a generation. I want to hear it.
Did the Browns
Dog
get
pound
Kenny
ass.
Pickett? Did you guys get Kenny Pickett?
No,
No,
the
but-
Eagles got Kenny Pickett, and we're not talking NFL.
We got the poo-poo
Please,
platter of
please.
quarterbacks right now, though.
Let's talk about
Winston,
curling. In my hometown,
Huntley.
there's a highway named after a curler because he won gold medal.
All right. Well, I didn't start
I don't know
it,
anything
so-
about I don't know anything about football, so that's my sports tidbit.
Does anyone else want to suck our dicks before we move on? Mike, come here, big boy. Give it to me, man.
No, seriously, it's not. It's no. Hold on. On a serious note, it's
for
not
data
sucking
crap.
it's not sucking our dicks. It's an opportunity where we have people that watch us, people that view us, and I want to know what you guys think. If there's anything we can do better, that's what I want to know, because I do this because, and I think Avant and Bob can say the same. We want to we want to be informative, but we want to entertain. And in that, we want to give you guys the best experience possible of a show that you can, and believe me, there's I've listened to the Gambit podcast, I've listened to Holotable News Network, I listened to Galactic War Report. It's one of those things where if you're at work or driving to work or commuting or whatever it is, I want to know what it is we can do to.
Do you release the VODs on YouTube? Don't worry about cutting or anything like that. Do you release it on YouTube? The episodes?
We were,
Because
and
that could definitely be an upgrade that I could see.
But
It
hold
wouldn't
on.
be that difficult. I don't. If you don't cut it, you just
I
upload it.
have something you can improve on, old man Logan. If you interrupt someone who's about to suck my dick ever again, we're gonna have a problem. You hear me?
Bob, I'm gonna kick you in your dick if you say that again.
Don't cockblock me, man.
Cock block you. I'm gonna rip it off and jam it up your ass.
You
All
brought
right,
up
so-
Gambit, and obviously we've all watched Gambit, but they honestly I start to snooze away, man. It's just too low and it's too slow, and it's obviously they're smart guys, they're great guys, but
No, they
my
are.
God, I
And
have
you
to
know
tune
what?
out some. I'm like, man,
We've had Solo and Zareth on the show, and they are incredibly knowledgeable.
oh
But
yeah,
I will say, you listen to their podcast, and 20 minutes in, it's like you're watching Bob Ross. You're ready to go to sleep.
yeah.
I
mean,
get it. I get it.
Watching Bob Ross paint a Gungan, though, that's entertainment.
Logan Ross.
Yo, eat a dick.
Okay,
you.
but,
Okay, so
but seriously,
the
before we
next
move on,
community
let
episode,
Mike
the-
say what his part was. He was the last person to say anything. So
All right.
it doesn't have to be
Go ahead,
long,
Mike.
Mike, but just give us what you
No,
think.
Oh
of
my
it.
God.
it's short.
Mike, you take as long as you want to.
No, and Mike,
No,
Mike, you got the floor.
Yeah. So I actually started watching back when Kane was still on here, or like listening on podcast. And then when you guys changed to this new format, it like is literally like three Aussies sitting in a fucking pub just talking shit about Star Wars. And I actually go to the pub on a Friday, generally today, with another guy from our guild, and we literally sit there and talk and fucking play a game at the pub. And this is that, but on the other side of the world that I can listen to on a fucking Tuesday. So, yeah, that's what I like about it. Avant's good because it gives me a bit of knowledge and some few bits and pieces to think about, but overall it's just the talking Star Wars. I like that about you guys, and don't stop it.
You hear
And the
that?
derailments, it's
Well said.
You're the one that keeps us together with information. I don't know shit. I don't know shit from Shinola. Like, I don't like.
Shit.
Yeah.
Old man doesn't need to know shit. He's got a credit card.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
I
Uh-oh.
would just like to
We got a
thank-
guest.
I would like to thank everyone for all of the positivity and the good responses. And on the next community episode, we're going to mute the 3 hosts, and everyone can roast us.
Oh God!
In true
That's
Scoundrels
kinda
fashion.
hard.
Yeah.
I'll get some notes going.
You're welcome.
like
I like the challenge.
Like, I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Well, you don't have to do anything. You just shut up and
Yeah.
listen to people talk shit about you.
And don't
The things I would say to the 3 of you to roast you would have to be said in person.
someday when I have enough money, I'm gonna fucking give you all money, and we're all gonna meet somewhere in the middle. Because most of us are over on the the right side
Dude,
of the
I'm
country.
gonna have to go outside in my empty backyard and go fire off rounds out of frustration. Like, I'll just be upset.
Please don't shoot any of us. That's not what. It wasn't that serious.
He's just gonna print pictures of Gungans and put them on targets for you.
Oh, dude, I already have printouts. Like, I'm already looking for a house with land, and I'm gonna have printouts of Gungans, and I'm gonna take my rifle and I'm gonna blow holes in them. Like, it's. I will take pictures. and put it
Logan,
on
if
Discord.
you need land, you should come to Canada. We've got a lot of it, and it's empty.
Yeah, I like upstate New York. Yeah, I'll find it.
Poor Canada. That was a roast in itself.
Well, I do want to
we're
say
fine.
on a
We're
serious
fine,
note, I do appreciate all of your guys' comments. We will continue to do the best we can to be, well, for Avant, as informative, me, comedy, Bob, tinfoil. We have our own combination of
comedy.
nonsense, which I think works really well.
More bones. More of
Dude,
bones.
we will be as real and raw as possible,
And that's what I like. I like
unfiltered.
the bluntness. I don't like the the bullshit's not covered. You can joke about it. It's all good. It's whatever. It's shitty. It's shitty.
Yeah.
No surprise, Blaze
Yeah.
likes the bluntness.
Bluntness. Got it.
Yeah.
Bob said more Bob, and I'm going, that's like a fucking submarine with
Pass
screens.
the blunt.
You just only want so much.
All right. What do you
All
guys,
right,
what do you guys
well,
think about some? Go ahead. Sorry.
Let's go into some viewer questions and go around the room and see what everybody has to say about them.
While he's looking up
Yeah.
questions, I want to say we fucking kicked ass today, guys. It wasn't chaotic, and I had a blast. It's not over yet, but
You're
keep up the good
welcome.
work. No, it was more of
Clearly, I haven't done my job.
it was more of everyone as a whole. It had nothing to do with you.
No, you're welcome. Fuck off. You're welcome.
He just wants you to know that you're not important. It's
You're
fine.
not.
Actually, I'm thinking about replacing you with one of these guys I'm looking at, and I haven't decided.
You're out of your fucking treehouse. You got a better chance of becoming a Chinese jet pilot. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so last week we went way over time.
We
And,
did. We had some questions we didn't hit.
Yeah. Bones, did you copy and paste them? Is that what this is?
Yeah, and it doesn't give you. I'm sorry. I try to make it easier, and it doesn't have the question marks next to it. I think some names are missing. I mean,
Oh, meanwhile, Bob's so important. Fuck.
says the guy who can just hit stop stream or mute the man right there as we speak.
That's true. Yep. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. I'm here. Whatever.
I'm just kidding. I'll never mute you.
I hope not. Damn.
Bones will mute me, that's for sure.
I already have been.
All right, so I think I'm at the right spot. I'm just like disregarding your copy paste moment because it's very confusing. Like you copy and pasted, but it's not like in the right order.
That's all right. Just skip him. It was a on the moment thing.
Or maybe I just didn't go up.
Oh, shit.
I don't freaking know.
Your copy and paste is so confusing.
Can people just stop talking in the goddamn comments and questions tab on Discord?
Nope.
I am drunk.
No.
No, I've got a bug.
No.
Something
Avant,
weird.
no.
I don't give a fuck. I'm half in the bag. I'm gonna wake up with a hangover. I've accepted it. Drink water, ibuprofen, I'll be good to go.
All right, so I think I found the first question. We're gonna go with Egnards. Did we talk about on the subject of blue milk? Did we do that one?
No, but before we
Yes.
move on, I had something to say
Last
about
week you did.
Egnards, and
We did.
Right.
Yeah. I watched the episode or listened to
over
it last
over
night.
several amounts of streams and other things, me and Egnards have made like a bet. It's more of like I'm getting fucked and he's getting better. But he says if by September 30th, if I R5 my bad batch, he'll R9 his JML. And if you know Egnards, and also you're getting feedback from somebody, you can hear me repeating. Do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Reno.
Something
Echo.
changed. I don't know.
No, it's funny. We're just gonna go with it. Yep, there it is.
I think it's sorry, not to call you out, but I think it's El Duderino. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Did somebody change something?
Not again.
I don't know.
Now I
You
don't
did.
hear
His
it.
thing's coming up as green.
Now I don't hear it.
His profile was green, so.
Okay, we're good now. We're good. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I found the starting point. If,
All right,
if we're
fuck
ready
off.
for questions,
Yeah, let's go.
I didn't
Let's go.
finish my
Question.
announcement, but all right.
go ahead, Bones. Go ahead, finish up.
Just he'll have to R9 his JML, which he's just as like I am with Bad Batch as he is with R9ing his JML. If I get my Bad Batch, he'll R9 his JML. That's all I have to say.
Why would you not R9
like an
your
amazing
JML?
deal for
I don't
ignorance,
see. That's the
really.
thing. I
And
don't
why wouldn't you work
understand-
on Bad Batch? That's the point of our little competition.
I don't understand why R9 your JML is a huge fucking a third world country depends on it. Like it's
Sir,
not a decision. You just do it.
Throw me a rope from your yacht down to the dock, okay?
I'm my John boat down here.
I feel
like I'm down on my pontoon boat. You just throw me a rope down and I'll climb up, okay?
If there is a character you should R9. Jedi Master Luke is one of them.
I have a Relic 9 GL and it is not
You
JML.
want the rope ladder?
Is it Lord Vader?
I can climb a rope. It's fine. I don't need a ladder.
And who's your Relic 9 GL?
Leia.
Oh. It's still good. What about Lord Vader?
Failure is my Relic 9.
Yes.
Okay, can I go with the viewer questions?
Yeah.
Logan?
Yeah, let's
No.
go. Let's move on.
Please.
All right, so let's keep the answers expedient. Let's be
Yes.
quick.
Let's go very quick. Round the room. Everybody, quick answers. Let's go.
First question is from Young Skywalker.
My boy.
What do you think the best team Sidious will be able to solo with his new Datacron? I don't know if he'll be able to beat any of the legends, but the upper echelon teams like Zori or Qui-Gon, Gas, Tuskens.
Let me go first on that because I've looked at this Datacron pretty extensively because I have it and I've been giving it some thought. I think now depending on GAC, if somebody has the
important
Keller and shut up. If somebody has the Keller and Beckron, that could be different. But if it's your standard, maybe somebody has Mundicron with Qui-Gon Jinn.
Kit Fistocron? You said Mundi.
But I think with the Kit Fistocron, most people are going to put the Kit Fistocron with Jedi Master Kenobi.
You said Mundi. Is there a Kiadi Mundicron I don't know about?
No,
I just?
Yeah,
There is.
Oh, there is.
yeah. Avant, come on, man.
Well, I mean, why
Bond
would you do
doesn't know
that
something
instead
about the
of?
game.
Why would you do that instead of Keller and Beck?
World shattered.
You won't.
No, I'm saying that if it's a Qui-Gon lead that has the Coyote Mundicron,
Which is what, Armor Shred?
Yeah, it
Nah.
applies. It like it's very underwhelming.
Nah.
So I think the Sidious Kron will beat that. I think it will beat I think it'll beat a Zori team.
Arnold beat a Malgus with it.
Call me crazy, but I think it could beat Sith Eternal. Because it's not like he can link anyone if there's only Sidious.
True.
That's true. I mean, anyone else? Hobnail, Evo. What do you guys think? What?
Yeah, chime in,
What?
guys.
No, please chime in. What is this Sidious gonna do in this GAC?
I think
Can you read
Sidious,
it?
I think Sidious will be able to beat anyone who can be instantly defeated when they get 5 dots. Like I think any team that's vulnerable to that, Sidious can beat. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's a lot of tenacity out there. So like I think you can like I don't think those dots are resistible. Let's see in the kit here.
I think his basic is unresistible, but the special ability you need potency. But he has potency in the Datacron, right?
And he's gonna get constant turns over and over again. So he's gonna get a lot of opportunities to inflict the dots. So
Right.
just anything that's
If I read the Kron correct, he's getting like 100 speed.
Yeah, he's gonna be
100
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him slay the Galactic Republic Jedi.
Defense. So he's not gonna get like I think like something like I don't know. He 200% defense, like that's not something that's trivial. 100% max health and protection, 100% counter chance. He can't be like swarm attacked. Like he's like Darth Revan in that way.
And his basic inflicts healing immunity.
Yeah.
And
I don't think he's going to beat JMK, but in terms of GLs, like he could beat Luke.
hear me out here, because
He's gonna
if
evade
you
all
do
those
use that
attacks.
Datacron with his Omicron in a territory war, that's getting pretty insane. Because every time he's using that ability, he gets like 50 speed or something in territory wars.
Oh shit, that's true. That's
Yeah.
dirty. That is true.
Yeah, but nobody
Backing
cares
speed.
about territory wars except for 2% of people.
And it's just
I'm
one
just
team.
saying,
So
that's
Get him.
true, but
Get him.
Sorry,
I'm
Evo.
just saying,
Sorry,
he
Evo.
can get a
Hold
little
on.
nutty.
Evo cares.
Get him.
he's going to be able to do his AOE every single turn. So like just every turn he's going to do his AOE. So if you don't have tenacity or some way to mitigate dots,
Dead.
it's going to be free banners, I think, for some.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be free banners. And one thing I love about that Datacron is that if you have C, you got a Relic 7 Sidious. Like that's pretty great.
Yeah.
They got good mods
Yeah.
on him, and then all of a sudden you got another great character for 4 months. And like why not?
I actually put Sidious to Relic 8. I remodded him. He's at about 325 speed, so that's 425. So I'm looking at him to do some work in this next GAC. Big time.
Just throw your rope ladder down to me, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
You know why I don't tell you what I do or what I have. Because this is what I get. This is the fucking
How do you not have
blowback
just like
shit
relic
that I
material
get.
forwarded up for when you need them for anybody?
Now, granted, with the territory war Omicron, he won't necessarily need that cooldown he's getting from having other Sith allies, but still, 50 speed every time he uses that ability is nothing to sneeze at.
No, not at all. That's a nasty Datacron. It's
good.
dirty. It's dirty.
300 extra speed.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Drew. What disc setup are you looking for in Conquest?
Oh, that's easy. For this Conquest, is Zealous Ambition. If you can get like maybe just 2 of those, doesn't matter what color. If you can get 3, even better, and maybe get one of those fortified discs that give you 200% defense or entrenched, they give you protection up.
Entrenched.
That's all you need to be able to accomplish this Conquest.
I don't know what it's called, but I also really like the one that boosts your leader, where it gives the leader like
Leader's Resolve.
Yeah. That one is really good.
That's my favorite for gas.
The other one that's pretty good currently is the
And
quickening one.
there's a lot of one dot discs that give like 6% speed or whatever.
Yeah.
As many of those as you can stack it.
Quickening.
Just get the quickening.
The data disc I've been using for this Conquest, and I've been like burning through it. I'm done. I'm through all 5 sectors.
I'm through 5 as well.
Yeah. I've been going with heal over time and stacking offense.
Yeah.
And stacking offense, whenever an ally gains a buff, they gain 5% offense stacking.
I did not get many of those this time, and I'm sad I didn't.
Infinite stacking.
Dude, seriously, I'm running 2 of the heal over times and 2 stacking offense, and I am murking through this conquest. It's not even like it doesn't
Heal
matter what
overtimes are
team
that
I'm
good?
using. What's that?
The heal overtimes are that good?
Yes. Because if you think about it, every heal over time is a buff.
Yeah, and you put
Yeah.
the 5% offense
I've
per
got the
stack.
Zealous Ambition, like the support damage or whatnot.
Oh,
I've got
this
3 of those.
I'm not gonna lie, the Zealous Ambition is so fun. Like
It is. It's
They-
so fun.
you get one of your support characters
Dash
with
or
high
Phasma
health,
or somebody.
and you just like Padme basic or like my favorite is when I take
AOE.
I'll take
50 RT.
Yeah.
Here's something that I noticed because I recently Relic 7'd my light side Bastila, and she gets that 20% damage increase for every Jedi ally. And so, you give her a bunch of offense based on her max health. She's easily hitting for like 400,000 on a basic.
Yeah, I'm doing the heal over time, the offense stacking and quickening discs, and I have not had a problem in
50,
this
50
conquest.
RT with her first special is like crazy.
Awesome.
It will delete entire teams. So will Mother Talzin with her plague. Her first special will just eliminate entire teams. It's awesome.
MIG-11 with
That's
the
on
AoE.
easy mode.
Yeah, IG-11, right. That's another good one.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, IG-11. Yep.
Next question is from Jar Jar McGoats. How do we feel about the Bushcron or the Bushcron
Bougie.
dusting?
So excited.
And
It couldn't-
will
it couldn't be
Jabba still be a defensive team?
Who cares? Go away, Bushcron.
Well, the thing about
hold on. I think that requires a little bit more examination
I'm
because
putting Jabba back on defense.
with that Kron, people were solely holding Jabba on offense because of Leia.
Yeah.
Now that Kron is gone, I think Jabba back on defense is a very viable option.
More viable.
And couple that with the Africron going away, so like the easy Jabba counter going as well.
No,
Right.
100%. No,
Right.
Hotmail, absolutely, 100%. So I think what people are going to see in GAC a lot more this upcoming season is more Rey and Jabba on defense. And it's, yeah.
The efficiency meta will shift because I think with the new Datacron sets, it's going to bring like a new season, right? So it's going to be different. But I think you're going to see more Leia and more Jabba back on defense. Yeah. But the question is, will Bane still be OP? And what will Sidious be capable of, right?
Well, with that being said, I think it's also we also need to take into account the Jedi Crons in this next set. Jabba is going to be very beatable. There is a level 6 ability. I'm trying to look it up, but there is an ability in this latest Datacron set where if an enemy is defeated by a Jedi, that cannot be revived.
That's true.
So even Jabba on defense, you're gonna have to be careful, because if anybody has that Kron, then if you have Kenobi, that's it. It's toast. It's
Yeah,
not
but
really. Cat's not a
yeah,
Jedi, so
exactly.
That doesn't work. It worked last season because Cat's a scoundrel.
Very valid point.
You have to kill Chrysanthemum with one of the Jedi and not with Cat.
And that is true. However, with the Kit Fistocron, with the extra abilities you're getting, offense, depending on what the Kron is, if you can at least get, if you readjust the Kenobi team and you can get Chrysanthemum out of there the first time, he's not coming back. So I don't feel like a lot's going to change. The problem with Jedi Master Kenobi and Jabba was time. It was about time.
Right.
How long it took to take that team out.
Yeah,
if
don't time out.
Krrsantan doesn't revive, Jedi Master Kenobi is going to defeat the rest. Because when you get Krrsantan out, you're going to pick off the rest of the team till it's Jabba by himself, and then it's over. So it's a question of time.
So Crafting Way
I think
in chat says now Jedi Knight Cal likes it. So you're going with Jedi Master Luke with Jedi Cal and the Jedi Squad, and that's probably a good counter.
Yeah, but
And
you still
also
can't
because the Jabba
assist
Prime went away, like you don't have the damage immunity. That also adds to the time to kill that team. That damage immunity is now gone. We're so used to it being there as a thing, just kind of accounting for it. But now you can just delete people right away and they don't come back. Like that'll be easier. I think. Yeah, that's a good point about by using Jedi to counter. Maybe with like Jedi Knight Revan or something, and you can target Boosh, and then just get her out right away.
You make a good point though, Evo, with the assists.
Yeah, you still with Bush on the team, you still can't assist for 3 turns until everyone take their 3 turns. So
and Jedi Knight Luke can't stun the whole squad, which is like a big yeah.
Well,
I think
you know who eats Jabba for lunch? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you know who eats Jabba for lunch? My Relic 9 Lord Vader.
I was just thinking that. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Hammers him.
Who?
Yeah.
What's this now?
Relic 9 Lord Vader hammers Jabba.
Yeah.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
And now that people have Bo-Katan in Kyber 1, Logan, you can save your Lord Failure and use them to just delete Jabba squads. Looking at you, Bones.
Well, that's the thing. I'm sorry, and
I'm glad you're finally on the Lord Failure train, though.
For a while, I wasn't scouting opponents, and then Bo-Katan came out, and I went, "Oh shit!" Well, I'm not going to place Lord Vader if my opponent has Bo-Katan. I'm not. I'm just not going to do it. And I like that because that gives you Lord Vader and Maul, and that kind of puts you in an advantageous position where if they have Bo-Katan, you're not going to put Lord Vader there. So you kind of have 2 different offensive teams to work with. You can do something with Lord Vader, and you can do something with Maul.
Mm-hmm.
If you have Gar Saxon and all that other shit. But again, it gives you options of different things you can do.
I think one of the things that is going to be interesting if we go back to Jabba is what datacron will people use with him. Because now that we don't have the Hut Cartel, we basically don't have anything that's specific for the team. And every datacron right now is either light side or dark side, so half of the Jabba team is going to suffer. But then you have, with the new set, a lot of health, a lot of protection, and that's pretty nice for Jabba. I mean, even with the extra offense, I think like JMK might still be in a timeout risk.
That you could do the early alt approach and like kill Boosh, and then try to pick them apart. But
and that's kind of what I was thinking with Jedi Master Kenobi. With if it's killed by a Jedi, can't be revived. If you keep the team pure Jedi, and you do the early ultimate and get Krrsantan out of there, Jabba is still going to be dealt with.
Boosh out.
Or get Boosh out. It's the team is still going to be dealt with.
Yeah.
So last Grand Arena, I took my Jabba up against a Traya, and they demolished me except for
it's a bad choice.
So
very good choice.
So I guess you can just Traya them, and then what do you clean Jabba up with like Imperial troops or something?
Well, every time Boosh assists, she's killing herself.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
I mean, it's not.
I know how
like, I wouldn't try to counter Jabba with Traya.
but if you get, because they couldn't kill my Jabba, but could you kill everyone else and then clean it up with like what, Imperial troops or something?
Bob, you know what would clean that team up?
Bad Batch.
Yep.
Bit Dynasty. Go look up a video. They should just make him a character.
Wait. Bones. Wait. Is Bit Dynasty the content creator most worthy of a tune in Galaxy of Heroes?
I was just about to say
you had
that.
to build him up.
Yeah, I think they should give him his own character because they've made up 50 RT. They've made up Strong Hand, Drogon. So yeah, I think Bit Dynasty deserves one by this point.
Okay, our next question is from Drew. What are some books you would recommend on Audible?
Oh, come on, Mr. Connoisseur Scholar. Logan, let's hear what books you have to advise for us.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I
First,
would.
the history of the Gulag.
Yeah.
Do you want my honest opinion or you want me to be a smartass?
Can we just skip you?
No, because I have some really good recommendations,
yes,
but
let's hear it.
At least some books that I've read that affected me in a way that I thought were very interesting.
Go ahead.
I don't remember the author's name, but there was a book that I read called Guns, Germs, and Steel. And it was about how, from in anthropology, especially from a standpoint of geography, how some nations and some areas of the world developed depending on where they were. And, during the colonial era, how some people developed guns, germs, and then steel. And there are still, especially in the South Pacific, islands like Borneo, Celebes, there are still tribes that live out there the same that they did hundreds upon hundreds of years ago and have not been affected by guns, germs, and steel. And I feel in a way in anthropology, I find that very fascinating how some cultures have been affected by colonialization, and to this day, how some cultures have not been affected. And I find that kind of shit very fascinating, especially in the South Pacific. I've read a very comprehensive book.
How have you been affected?
I don't. I live in America, you fucking idiot.
Okay.
So
okay. Got him.
I've read another book, authored, I believe his name was Charles Keegan. He did a full comprehensive version of World War II. Very long book, very big book, but very comprehensive. Went through opening, mid, closing, went through a lot of the political history of Adolf Hitler, how he came to power, Benito Mussolini. I have a lot of opinion on how Germany conducted that war, how they initiated Operation Barbarossa, how the Japanese handled their war effort after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. So again, I could keep going.
So if you guys want books to fall asleep to, Logan's got a whole list.
You know what?
No, I'm interested in that sort of stuff too, Logan.
No, you know what? Cool. Those who forget the past are condemned to repeat it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I find that interesting as well.
That's a good line. I'll give you that. That's true.
Mike, how many times have you watched Gallipoli?
Gallipoli?
Half a dozen. It's more like I've watched more like the actual historical stuff. Like Netflix have like whole series on like different parts of the war and stuff, like hour-long episodes that I like watching a lot. Yeah.
When I was real quick, I'll tell a quick personal story. When I was in service and I was stationed in Hawaii, I went to the Arizona Memorial 3 different times, and every time I shed a tear. There's not a time I didn't go to that site and I didn't get choked up, just of where it was, and the fact that there is still oil leaking from the USS Arizona to the surface that you can see to this day. There's, I have been a big time history nut my entire life. I have extensively studied World War II. I know I've put in Discord a board game that I play that kind of recreates it, but I study history. I have studied how Adolf Hitler came to power and the monster that he was, and Benito Mussolini, the fascist that he was, and I'm very well read in how Europe is, how it is now, and what's going on in Europe, and what's going on in Ukraine, and how Ukraine has fought for its independence and has not wanted to be a part of Russia for the past 40, 50 years. So
I don't want to hear you guys talk shit about me talking about football ever again. Just saying.
Well, no.
This is 100 times more interesting.
Something
I think
serious.
this is something that needs its own
up.
podcast, is what I'm saying. Because you could go on for hours.
Does, but I'm gonna end the topic on this, that I take history of the world very seriously. Very seriously. Like, if anybody ever wants to just set up a voice chat and talk to me about history, I'm down. But I take that shit very seriously.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
I can't even remember the amount of books I've read about European history, and especially about, people hate Adolf Hitler. Jesus Christ, read a book about Joseph Stalin. He was twice as worse.
So was Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was a terrible person as well, but we all love him in America.
I'm going to swing the topic. And
thank you. Thank you.
My recommendation for my favorite Star Wars book is Plagueis. If you have not read Plagueis, you should read Plagueis.
Plagueis was much
better than Hitler. To bring this back to Swigo for 1 second, if Plagueis came to the game, I would be very happy.
Yes.
Isn't Plagueis
absolutely.
the Stalin of
Same
Florida?
Same here. If Plagueis came to the game, I would be psyched. Like, you know what? Like, can you imagine him as a Conquest character?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
he
do
could
we even
be.
know how Plagueis looks? Like, how does he even look?
He looks like
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
No.
He looks like Voldemort. He has no nose.
So he looks like. Do you remember
Voldemort?
Episode 2 when they talk to the banking clan? So, like, there was the super long head, like really narrow. That's what he looked like. He looked like those guys. He was from that planet.
Okay.
Huh. All right.
Literally, look up Voldemort. That's what he looks like. No matter where he's
he doesn't really look like Voldemort. He has way more forehead.
So what would Kathleen Kennedy do to him?
At the clone station? Like those guys?
No, not the Kaminoans.
He's one of the people that Anakin killed at on Mustafar, like when he did that thing in Mustafar. Yeah, he's one of those folks.
Yeah,
he had like a weird sounding voice. I remember.
So
they were actually in the original cartoon, the Clone Wars cartoon as well.
That's right. Yeah. In chat, plausible denial says Plagueis might turn up in the Acolyte. There's species was called the Mun. MUUN. The Muns.
That's right.
Voldemort with
I
a
threw a
5
wiki
head.
link into the general chat in the Three Scoundrels Discord.
Yeah, that's him. Okay. Yeah, he was on a
If you're
book
not
cover.
part of the
Okay,
Three Scoundrels Discord, you should join it.
Yeah, you should do that, and you should follow us.
Yeah.
and hit the fucking button.
Come in and talk about the Acolyte and Star Wars Disney with me. It'll be a
No,
blast.
don't do
Don't
any of
fall
that.
for that trap.
Don't do any of that.
Don't fall for the trap.
The Oculite. Do not bring that up. All right, next question
Is from IV1, who asks, okay, this is rapid fire. We're going to go around the panel, say your answer, and move on.
All right.
Gun to your head. Leathery Gungan ass or furry Ewok ass?
Furry Ewok.
Furry Ewok ass all day.
Furry Ewok.
Princess Nisa ass, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
Princess
that
Nisa.
speeder.
Princess
My
Nisa.
ass is furry
all
enough, so I'm
day.
gonna go leathery Gungan.
Princess.
Who asked this question? Egnards?
IV1.
Okay.
Good question.
I love Gungans.
My answer,
I love it.
I'm
nice and
going.
wet.
I'm going with the Gungan booty.
Yeah, me too. I like it slippery when wet.
Yeah. You wouldn't need lube.
Nope. Not at all.
No, I like a little fur. I like it to be warm when I stick it in.
I bet you do, you
Yeah,
bear.
that's right. That's right.
Anyone else feel free to get in on this? All right.
I'm gonna fuck me an Ewok koala. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Alf. Alf is next.
Right.
They have chlamydia, remember? They're born with chlamydia.
I don't give
That
a
is
fuck. They got
the resident Aussie.
No, they got pills for that. I don't give a fuck.
Just to cover it up, it doesn't cure it. You
No,
just
you
hide it.
Yeah.
no.
Get your
Yeah,
get your border punched and penicillin, you're good.
No, over a Gungan, you bring up that Ewok ass, you're getting fucked. That's all there is to it.
Can you
Done.
guys imagine Logan watching the fucking raid in our game and just spanking his monkey while he's looking at those
Ugh,
Ewoks?
God.
Why, man? Why?
Oh, just no.
Like, you know what? We were on a really, I made a joke. We were on a nice transition, and you brought it to an unhealthy level. Just stop.
Somebody redeemed Say Something Stupid.
Yeah, no, the next question, please.
Next
Blaze, I
question
know what
is
you
from-
meant by that.
Yeah.
Next question is from Drew. He asks, since a bunch of people will be getting
I
him
want to
next
copy
week,
that, dude. That's genius. It's fucking genius, dude.
Go ahead, Avant.
since a bunch of people will be getting him next week, how will you mod Jedi Cal? I'm gonna answer this half and half. So I have Jedi Cal modded for regular play, and then I have him modded for the Zepho mission. If you're gonna mod him for Zepho, you need to mod him for high health and a certain amount of speed. There's a lot of good guides out there. If you're gonna mod him for PvP, I have him modded more for offense, offense and health, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure.
Does anyone have anything to add to that? Because there's no.
Yeah, no, I do. Or you can do what the old man does, which is when that mission opens up, you wait, you watch, you go to bed, you wake up the next morning. Jedi Cal mission for Zepho, the requirements have been met. Then you ain't gotta do shit.
Dude, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I was like, there's going to be some kind of whale comment come out of his mouth. And that's exactly what we got.
Remod.
Unfortunately, I'm in Avant and Bones Guild, so I'm going to have to gear him up and mod him well as soon as I can to be able to reach Zepho.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to work hard for that.
I think our guild needs to have that conversation because I'm willing to do it too if we want. So we need to have that conversation.
I'm lazy.
We have to have a whole conversation around Riva first.
Yeah. I feel like if there's that many other people that do it and want to do it, then why should I? If you want to do it, by all means, knock yourselves out, Chief. Have fun. If I don't have to do it, because
F2 currency.
Well, here's the other thing. When it comes to this game, it's about time.
Yeah.
GAC.
Yeah.
Conquest. Dailies. Everything is time. there are certain aspects of this game that I have to sacrifice of things that I just cannot do, nor am I going to put the effort in doing it. Do I have the mods and things available to do that? Yes. But if other people are going to do it before I get a chance to do it, then I'm not going to sweat it. And you know what that saves me? Time. And with how demanding this game is, especially in Hell Week, where you have Conquest, TW, TB, everything else, you've got to economize your time, or else what are you? You're a fucking drone sitting in front of your fucking phone playing this game while your wife is on the couch next to you going, yo, motherfucker, you going to pay attention to me?
And you know what
So
I tell her? You can wait, bitch. This is Swugga. This is my life first. Sit down. Shut up.
We got
Leave me alone.
Darth Bane is out there, damn it.
It's amazing to me that you're not single.
I ask myself every day how I got my wife, so you're not wrong.
Can I get to the next question, please?
Please go ahead.
Please, before this goes further off the rails.
The next question is from Egnards.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
And that means, Logan, you get to answer first.
Oh, fuck.
So pay attention. Listen carefully.
Indeed.
3 Gungans, another man, a much older woman, and a small boy sit on the side of the road. They're clearly in a bad way and homeless. The older male Gungan sees you approach and he asks, Misa sorry for bothering you, sir. Could Yusa spare some change, Oki Day? You deny the Gungans, but upon walking away, the family curses you for the rest of your life. What senseless and mildly convenient curse are you stuck with?
Or would you just give him the money?
No, we know he wouldn't do that.
So can we do just a quick recap? So there's a Gungan family and what on the side of the road?
Okay, there's Gungans and some other living beings. They ask you, Misa sorry for bothering you, sir. Could you spare some change, Oki Day? And you, being Logan, decide I'm not giving this Gungan family any change. And then they curse you as you walk away. What curse do you live with?
I don't, because I have my concealed weapons permit. I shoot the I don't. I shoot the Gungans in the head, save the humans, put them in the back of my car, bring them to a shelter, make sure that they're fed, and I leave the den Gungans to be eaten by maggots, and I sleep like a baby.
He kills the Gungans and he feeds his village for a month.
Thank you for that unoriginal answer, Logan.
Can we change that scenario to South Texas, mid-August, in the middle of the day?
No.
That their bodies can rot?
No.
In 1945, during World War II.
I reckon he's cursed to speak like a Gungan for the rest of his life. I reckon that's what happened.
I love that.
Good job, Mike. I think my curse would be that you have to salivate like a Gungan for the rest of your life.
The fact that you had to say, excuse me, Misa, like, before they got through Misa, they would have already been plugged. Like, dead. Like, Misa, bang!
So,
Misa what? Misa dead? Shut the fuck up. There you go.
I feel like Egnards wrote this for you, but if anyone would like to chime in, they can.
I mean, if you have a different view on the scenario, by all means, I will live with your decision, but you'll never be on a fucking community episode ever again.
Don't worry, I'll get you guys on. You can say whatever.
I can't wait for them to roast you.
Can we move on?
I give zero fucks.
Yeah, we can move. We can move. Next question is from Extreme Makeover Alderon. Old man just said he was going to cannibalize the Gungans. Cannibals eat their own species. Did old man just admit to being a Gungan or is he some sort of weird self-hating Gungan? Are we going to find out that Old Man actually fought at the Battle of Naboo side by side with Jar Jar?
I will rename Old Man Logan to Boss Logan.
Show us the motorboat move.
He does a good motorboat. Do it.
Yeah, but his mic sucks. It doesn't work.
Try it. Step it back and do a motorboat. A boss boat. Boss Nass boat.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to answer this question right now. Cannibal. Noun. A person. Not a Gungan. Person who eats the flesh of other human beings. Human beings. No, Bob, shut up. Shut up. No. Perfect argument. No. I don't eat my own because they're not human. I am. They're not. They're Gungan. They die. I shove a pike up their ass. I roast them slowly. I cook them. I eat them. Doesn't make me a cannibal. Fuck them. Done. Definition. Noun. Human to human. Cannibal. Next.
He's not a
That was
Gungan.
a great speech. Now motorboat.
He's not a Gungan. He's just bad grammar.
No. The person that asked that question had bad grammar. I just read the definition. No.
Misa love you long time.
Misa don't give a fuck. You taste good.
Next question, please.
Thank you.
Next question is from Aussie Mike. How many shards do you need to be on at the end of the day? At the end of day 1 to get the next Gungan or Gungans to 7 stars by the end of the marquee event? So, example, you need to be 45 out of 65 by the end of day 1 to collect enough shards daily to get 7 stars. And so Egnard's responded to this. And I think there's like a wild amount of speculation as to where the Gungans will be farmable and when you will need them for Jar Jar in order to answer this correctly.
I've actually been soft whaling. I'm 85 of 100 for Boss Nass, and I'm 12 of 85 for Captain Carpal Tunnel.
Damn, I have not
What
done
do you
anything
class
other
as
than
soft
the
whaling?
marquee events.
What do you class as soft whaling, Logan?
Soft whaling for me is whenever
Buying them in the shipments.
Yeah,
With the
no,
crystal?
whenever
Yeah.
Boss Nask if shards are available, no matter what the cost is, I buy it.
Yeah, cool.
And I
Yeah,
was
that's what I do
was
too.
sitting on like 38,000 crystals, so when there was 4,000 for 50, I bought them all. And I'm Boss Nass is going to be 7-star here very shortly.
That's what I do too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't whale on it. I'm soft whaling on this shit. I'm not.
I've done nothing other than the marquee event shards, and I'm 47 out of 65 and 49 out of 65. So,
How did you get 2?
and that's with buying the crystal chance pack twice in order to get to 4 stars for the event. So,
Yeah, if you're someone like Logan, the only one you need to hard whale on is maybe the last one. And that
Right.
really depends on when
Exactly.
we think Jar Jar's coming out.
which is why I did not soft whale on either of these two yet, because it's possible that one of them could go to Cantina and you can quick farm them. So
And
I'm not going to.
Yeah, and that's why I've been waiting. Like
I'm-
Boss Nask, I'm soft whaling. If his shards come up, I'll buy it, finish him. Captain Tarpals, we don't know. We still don't know what the other Gungans are going to be. So I'm playing it safe. I'm doing it smart. I built up a giant crystal reserve after Bo-Katan for a reason. So that's how I'm playing it.
Yeah, and we're potentially an extra whole week delayed because they didn't release one this week. So
Yeah, no,
they
we
either
are. Yep.
they either double up like they've done. They have done it previously where they doubled up and release 2 in a row, but likely, we could see one next week and then see one 2 weeks later, and so a whole week delayed. So you got lots of time.
Yep.
Yeah, and I guess another thing that is being speculated is.
Go ahead, Evo. What do you got?
Yeah, I was saying that the other thing that is basically speculated is that probably the Jar Jar event is going to be permanent right away in the journey guide, just because it's a character that is important for the raid, and PG probably won't want to shoot themselves in the foot with it, and people not getting him, and in terms not investing in the new raid.
Interesting.
Worst case scenario, it's like Bo-Katan and it comes back every month rather than it's permanent. But I'm thinking permanent too.
Yeah, but in both cases, you don't need to rush it. It's
No, you don't. That's one thing with this faction that I felt like from the get-go was this is something you don't need to rush. You can work on this slowly, and eventually, because when the new raid hits, you're going to have a large window before the next raid, so you're going to be able to work on this over time.
Right.
This is not something that you're going to need to sweat immediately.
No, and if it's anything like Leia, who's required for the raid, they're just going to give you shards of the Gungans. So you're gonna get there quickly.
Yeah,
dude, Gunions. Yeah. I love Funyuns. I love Gungans. That's genius.
It is my preferred appetizer made of Gungan. Yes.
All right, Avant, keep going.
All right. Next question is several questions from Vlad Sander.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask some of these and I'm gonna answer some and then I'll open the rest of the panel.
All right, go ahead.
First question is, what are the top 3 fleet commanders in the game? Easy answer, it's the 3 meta ships. It's Leviathan, Profundity, and Executor. So you have Darth Revan, Admiral Raddus, and Admiral Piet. I mean, that's endgame answer, but like that's the best answer. Next question is, what squads would you suggest for the front trenches in the TW? It depends on your guild GP. I feel like you need to ask your TW officers. A lot of guilds that take TW seriously, you got to do the TW Omicrons if you want to be highly competitive and more serious.
I kind of want to hear from some other people that want to chime in about this.
TW?
Well, just like everyone does things differently. All guilds do. So, like, what do your guys' guilds do?
Maybe. With our guild, we do Gas and Darth Revan as our front walls, and then we sort of sneak in a heap of GLs into the second wall with like Droidica and Poggle Omicron as the fillers. Well, it's probably more filler GL and Poggle and Droidica Omicron. They're our front 2 walls generally.
Anybody else?
I mean, it looks like lately our guild has been doing a good offense, it's a good defense. So half our Leia's on top, half on the bottom, and then you maybe mix in Kenobis or Jabbas or Vaders, whatever to mix it up. So that's what we do.
All right. What about you, Evo?
TW, I'm just a good soldier. I just follow orders. I don't really bother with strategy or anything like that.
That's what I do.
I was talking to one of my guild mates. I don't really know how to fight Rey in TW because I usually use Starkiller or something else like GAC specific. So I have trouble like figuring out how do you beat Rey.
Walls of Rey and TW are rough. It's like you've got to have the right counter. Like it's funny how to this day a legend that is
Relic 9 JML.
Yeah, you still like it still has to be dealt with. You see a full wall of Reys and you're like, fuck, dude, really?
She's versatile.
I see a Rey on defense in TW. I'm like, well, thank goodness I have C on offense because I don't know what else I would use C for. But I can't think of any other any other offensive team to beat a Ray off the top of my head.
But I feel like C is not even a guarantee anymore. Like you
Yeah.
put like Baby Cal and like different team comps makes that team so much more difficult.
Yeah, she's very versatile that way.
It ultimately depends
It's fine. We've got
kind
Bane
of
now. He
TW
solves
you're
all
playing.
problems. He doesn't need a nerf.
Go ahead, Evo.
No, it does depend on what TW you're playing. Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
because if you're like where I'm at, it's super efficient. Like most of our territory wars end up with like scores that are within 100 points between the two guilds. And for the last 4 months, it was easy because nobody was placing Clea on defense because you just give a free win for the opponent with their Jabba. So most of the guilds, like up on the top, were using Clea against Ray, and it's almost always a 20 banner win.
Yeah, Leia against Ray is almost is almost a perfect fight. It really is. Now, with this latest Datacron set, that may change. I mean, we don't know yet, but it could be a little more problematic, but it's going to guarantee the opposing team they better use Leia.
Yeah, I mean the holocron with the level 6 where they all need to drop below 100%, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that's like you're gonna have to use Leia against that because Starkiller, no. Slicker, I don't even think Slicker's not. I don't care how much he ramps up. He's not
for
going to
good banners.
No, not at all.
Now, random question: would you rather use the Ray Datacron or the Holdo Datacron? Holdo.
Probably the only.
I was leaning towards that too.
But Deuterino,
Probably the
I'm
only
going
case
against
for-
the grain. I'm going against the grain. I'm doing Holdo with Zori and Ray with Ray. And we'll see how it works. We'll see.
I think
Everyone
that'll be-
laughs at me, but we'll see.
In threes, obviously, it's going to be Ray with Ray, right? Like, and that's going
Yeah,
to be our
that's what-
first real test of that Datacron is 3v3 Grand Arena. So
That's what she has to die, right?
I think in 3v3, Ray, Ben Solo, and Holdo, that's going to be fucking dirty.
Oh, you're
that
good luck.
is going to be absolutely, because if you look at the benefits, it's a smaller team, foresight, and every hit counts in 3v3 because of a smaller squad.
Yeah, but
so your room for error is actually smaller.
So, like, I mean, you can. So again, this comes back to that efficiency question. Like, are you going to go for one crazy team with Ray, Ben, and Holdo, or are you going to go with two like excellent teams with Ray, Ben, and somebody else, and then Holdo on another team?
I would do Ray, Ben, and Jedi, baby Jedi Cal, or sorry, not Jedi Cal, Cal Kestis.
Because with and I see what you're saying, but the problem is with the Holdo Datacron, it is tied to Ben Solo.
Yeah.
How that Datacron is going to work and how it's going to be efficient is tied to Ben. So the most optimal team, especially in 3v3, is going to be Ray, Ben, Holdo. Because every time there's foresight, if foresight is dispelled, Holdo taunts. And if she taunts, then there's a bunch of other benefits, and then foresight continues. And again, in 3v3, if you don't get solid hits on Ben or Ray, and then you add 100% tenacity, I mean, good fucking luck. I applaud you. I mean,
I see what you're saying, but like, if you have to kill Ray twice in 3v3s, again, like you're talking about the same thing. You're talking about that efficiency of damage, and you're like I don't want to kill Ray twice. I don't want to kill her once.
And the other thing is in 3v3, if you have like Ray with the Ray crown, imagine it like you just killed Ben, you then kill Ray, but then on your next turn you have to kill the third one, but your leader goes. So Ben revives, Ray already revived. So you have to start over. Like
Yeah, no, that's true. In 3v3, the Raycron could be very nasty, but I think in 5v5, the Holdocron is going to be better.
oh yeah, absolutely.
And she gets an
We're
offense
dealing with a
boost too,
5v5
right?
during a time when we have
all
like
day.
the longest animations that we've ever seen in the game. So like,
Yeah.
Deuterino, you taking off, brother? I thought somebody said they had to dip out. I didn't see.
Mike, I am.
Okay, take care, brother.
Yeah, me.
Good hanging out with you, buddy.
I just got to get some
Thanks for
work
coming
done
up,
on the car.
man. Much appreciated.
I'll talk to you
Have
tomorrow.
fun, guys. I'll keep listening.
All right, buddy.
See ya.
He's probably just now going to work.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's getting to be on midnight. We got to wrap this up. What else we got?
I'll finish up Vlad's questions and then maybe we can pick up next week.
All right.
Vlad's next question is, since we've gotten tunes from the Phantom Menace for the anniversary of the film, who do you think will appear in game for the 25th anniversary of Episode 2? Which, by the way, I'll note is going to be in another 3 years.
I don't give a shit because that's 3 years from now.
Oh, I know who it'll be. I know who it'll be. It'll be Padme's sister. And she'll synergize.
in 3 years,
nicely
it's also the
with Amidala
50th
Conquest
anniversary of
game.
Star Wars. So I don't think we see anything from the Clone Wars.
Will she be a decoy, Bones?
Me or Hot? Oh, fuck off. I don't know if you guys know. I'm so fucking pissed about this decoy Queen Amidala. When you think of Queen Amidala, you don't think about her
There we
bodyguard. You think about the fucking
Here we go.
robes and the hair. Anyways.
I
Here we
very rarely
go.
think about her clothes at all when I think about Queen Amidala.
She has a cool
Was that the one played by Rose Byrne?
What's that?
Rose Byrne, or like, was it Rose Byrne or some other actress played the decoy? She complained
Keira
about the
Knightley,
headdress.
Rose Byrne, both of them.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
It was
It was Keira Knightley and Rose Byrne.
That's it, Keira Knightley. You're right.
Keira Knightley.
No,
right.
according to Bones, it was Natalie Portman in all the scenes. It was her.
She was in one scene at least. It was Natalie Portman. It wasn't always not her. It wasn't always not her. But anyways, Hobnail, you were actually answering the question. What were you saying though?
Oh, I think it was just a joke. Like, you remember there was a deleted scene where we got to see Padme's family in episode 2.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, like it was like her dad and her sister and all these folks. Like, I don't know. Maybe they'll do that.
But I bet
Probably won't.
I bet you they'll come out with a box full of sand to counter Lord Failure.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Next question.
All right. The last question of the viewer episode will be from Vlad Sander. We recently saw Fennec Shan's ship in the Bad Batch.
Oh God.
Side Bones. Yes, that happened. That's a show. The characters are good. You should farm that.
Then call it
Yeah,
the Fennec
gotta
Show.
Then he asks, "Do you think we may get this ship in game as a new bounty hunter ship?"
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you're
Sure.
expecting it, everyone expects as soon as the show comes
Everything's
out.
fair game.
Yeah, I agree with all what you're saying.
Sorry, go ahead.
But everyone thinks that as soon as the show comes out, it's coming out now.
Yeah, that doesn't make any
No,
sense.
nobody thinks that,
Being a
man.
It'll be a
bounty
year
hunter
from
ship.
now.
Next year.
It'll be like
Yeah.
a year from now.
Expecting
when
about a
that ship
year,
comes out.
like you guys are saying.
It-
Yes,
Stuff,
about a year.
like the stuff we'll get this year will be from the most recent season of The Mandalorian, like season 3 or whatever. Like, if they introduce
Yeah.
something there,
Yeah.
we'll get it.
I
We'll get
agree
that
with
this year.
Yeah, I agree with Abnell on that.
Okay.
I think
We might start
that's
seeing stuff
legit.
from Andor show up, like stuff from Andor. There was some cool ships in Andor, and some of those characters
Yeah,
may show
give
up.
me the Fandor.
Okay, I have a question
Yeah.
then, because everyone thinks I'm crazy. Are we going to get Ahsoka content this year? Because when I talk about it, everyone thinks that's not going to be the case.
I already said
No,
this
that's not
in the
accurate,
prediction episode.
I know that you agree, but not everyone does.
Yeah, well, I
Gungans
think
going
we'll
to
get,
finish up like
analyze
mid of
more
the
seasons.
year, at least.
Ahsoka
if
the
not
White?
later.
Dude, the
Yeah,
path for
I
CG
mean-
is set. You look at Gungans, they're adding Qui-Gon and Kenobi to Padme. No.
I mean, we basically know
CG
what we're
is set.
expecting until the end of the first half of the year.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. Yeah.
I
They
think
gotta
the
get through
characters.
this episode 1 shit first, and then they'll move on. Go ahead, Hot
They
Buzz.
need-
What do you got?
No, that's it.
Character will
Let's wrap the episode up. We'll finish the viewer questions next week. It is LATE.
Actually, it's early.
Yeah, it's got to be like midnight for the boys. But, it's like 9 p.m. for me. I'm still waiting for my supper to be delivered.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I just told my wife she better have supper going right now after Slugga.
Yeah, I can't wait
Hell
for all
yeah,
that conversation.
And then there's me that's going to prepare breakfast because it's 6 a.m.
Jesus, bud.
Yeah.
At least your day's just started.
Holy shit, man!
Holy crap. All right, so are we done? I was sorry, I was talking to my
Yeah.
wife.
So, real quick before we leave, let's start with Blazin. Final thoughts, comments you may have at the end of the show.
Also promote your shit too, man.
Yeah, you can just click on my name. Oh, wait, did I? Yeah, in chat, you can give me a follow with Blaze83. No, it's been fun, guys. Thanks. Thanks for having me and everybody else who joined up too. The show's great. I love tuning in. The contrast is great. Yeah.
We appreciate you, brother. We've given you your time.
Absolutely.
Man.
All right, El Duderino, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I got no shit, but go Guardians, go Cavs, go Browns, go Buckeyes. We kicked ass on the transfer portal. And that's all I got.
And go Chiefs.
Yes, what do you got for us, brother?
We can't hear you, Havorius.
He's muted.
Oh yeah. I got to press a button to unmute myself. My bad. Thank you all for having us, and particularly, thank you for having me because I appreciate it. Happy to be here, answer some questions, and go Canada.
Yeah.
Can you tell he's not a football fan?
What is we've got the CFL up here. We use bigger balls and bigger fields, so it seems harder to me.
That they do. Hobnail, what do you got for us, brother?
I just also want to express gratitude for y'all having me on. I want to give a shout out to my guild, Forcified, my friend El Rosso Del Norte, my friend Darth Grimlock. I know they're watching. Maul's Legs, a couple of others. Appreciate y'all. And I also want to say, the way I think about Galaxy of Heroes, we're a bunch of 30 and 40-year-olds still playing with our action figures. That's what we're doing, guys. And with our Star Wars action figures when we were kids. It's like the folks that get the new stuff right away, that's the kids that don't have to wait for Christmas to get the new stuff. Whereas, for me, I got to wait till Christmas to get the new stuff, right? That's all we're doing is playing with Star Wars action figures on our phones. If we just think of the game that way, it'll be more fun.
Oh, yeah.
I like
love
that, brother.
that.
I like that,
I
man.
love that analogy, man. Playing with action figure, dude. I love that shit. 100%. You are you're welcome back on the show. 100%. Evo, what do you got for us, man?
I mean, I just want to thank you guys for organizing this because we all know how crazy it was for the last couple of weeks, and you putting this up. Just thank you and keep doing this.
No problem,
Keep doing
brother.
it.
And you're always welcome on the Cantina, man. Once you get that guest tag, you're
thank
always
you.
welcome.
Yeah, anytime you guys want to message us and say, hey, you guys want a guest, let us know. We love having guests on. We love having other opinions.
You don't have to be a content creator. You don't really have to be.
Yeah,
That's just the ones that are
really
easiest to get on. So
you really don't. And I feel like, the fact that you're not content creators, you live your everyday life, you grind the game, you have a voice, you have an opinion, and that should be heard. So I love doing this episode. I was looking forward to this all week. So, I mean, I got nothing else. I'm old, cranky. I'm ready for bed. Let's fucking go.
Did we get everyone? Deuterino, did we get you too?
We got him.
I gave my shout outs.
Yeah,
we gave shout outs.
Yeah, he said go Cleveland.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah, we got
Apologies.
everybody. All right, yeah. So
You're just trying to rub it in.
Yeah, I mean, you did mess up 4 times this show, so I have to check you.
It was twice.
I know, right?
You're great, Logan. Don't even worry about what it's on.
It was twice. Fake news. No, excuse me. Fake news. No.
Keep it interesting.
But twice with double vision is 4 times.
Double
vision. Avant, while we're here, man, we got to plan a meetup. I think Avant we probably live like 20 minutes from each other.
Yeah, that is
We gotta-
absolutely true. We are less than an hour from each other for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where-
I'll,
Where's that? What part of the country, guys?
I'll shoot you a message in Discord.
Barely.
Yeah, we're right outside DC.
Right outside
Charlotte
East
here.
Coast, North Carolina.
Oh, you? I'm Charlotte. What about you?
Really, dude? Like Statesville area?
Look
Like
at you.
Yeah, dude. Hickory, Statesville.
I'm Indian Trail.
That's
I like
crazy,
it.
man.
Look
Hell
at you,
yeah.
man.
That's
Dude,
what's up.
I gotta come.
I
up
like
with,
it.
We gotta come up with like a Swugga-con where everyone
You
just
know,
mixes.
Mikey-
The
meets
funny
up.
thing is, I was born and raised in upstate New York near Logan and them. That's
You know, Mikey
Country.
Blue Eyes is down around here.
Messina.
I live in
Yeah.
Saratoga, New York.
Oh,
I'm
and the
like
horses.
upstate. I'm near the Adirondacks.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm upstate.
Well, aren't you?
I
Special?
grew up East Coast
Yeah, I
Canada,
still
but
got
now I
family up
live
there,
West Coast
cousins and
Canada,
stuff.
far, far, far away from all of you.
Yeah, like when it gets cold up here, it gets fucking cold. Well, all right.
Yeah, I grew up in Cleveland. I don't miss it.
Yeah.
No, you can have
All
the
right,
snow,
boys,
man. I'm
the
done.
episode's over. My
Yeah.
supper is here, so I
I left
gotta
it.
jump off.
All right,
Thanks
boys.
so much,
A week,
everyone.
2 weeks, I'm good.
Kansas represent. Go KC.
Well-
Go Chiefs. Killing it. 3-peat, baby.
For myself, the old man, everyone else, thank you for everyone, all of you guys, El Duderino, Hobnails, Evo, everybody, all you guys. We appreciate you immensely. Thank you for taking your time to join us.
You guys are always welcome in the cantina. Come in. All drinks are on Logan. It looks like he's already left, so I don't know what happened to him.
Thanks for hosting it, guys.
Look,
It was
Stone.
really fun.
No problem, Blaze. No problem. I love you guys dearly.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
We're out of here, guys.